Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to StreamTalk. I, as always, am your host, Agent Snow. Joining me this week, we have three wonderful guests. We have Moogleh. Wonderful. Wingring.
Alright, greetings everyone.
And CrimeTarget, who many of you have come from this wonderful morning or afternoon.
I need to clean my mic. So
Right.
I'll be like 1 minute.
Yeah, right before we started, he decided to spill chili on his mic, so good job.
I haven't eaten. Leave me
I
alone.
presume he was mouth-flowing, and as soon as you just went all over his mic.
But yes, Stream Talk, we talk about games, releases, news. We're going to start with what has everyone been playing this week? For me personally, I've been playing, of course, Dark Souls 2. Had a bit of a variety week while streaming. With the delay of the Ivory King, I kind of had the schedule I had planned kind of got screwed up a little bit, so I turned it into a variety week. So I played Mega Man X for the original Super Nintendo. I played some Earthbound for a little while. Got to play Gauntlet since that came out Tuesday, and that was a lot of fun.
Isn't Gauntlet like the old one was a NES game or something?
Yes, NES, as well as the NES version was actually a port of an arcade version
game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was part of the arcade version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was great. And I think that them bringing it back was really good. It's fun. The fact that you can just do everything right out of the box. There's a lot of room. It's a WB game. I mean, it was published by WB Games. So the idea of them throwing out DLC is kind of a given. We know this.
I'd still rather play Dark Legacy, to be completely honest.
Fair enough. Actually, thinking of everyone's favorite emote, the Crime Doge, or just Doge, there's actually an instance of that in the game. You have the four classes. You have the Warrior, the Valkyrie, the Wizard, and Elf. Elf is the class.
Say, and Doge.
Oh no, the Elf will go, wow, he goes, such magic. No, was it? Such dodges, much magic. He goes, and the what?
Terrible.
Oh, it's an old Elvish saying. It's an old Elvish saying. What?
Isn't the elf the one who's just got a really bad Irish Scottish accent, or is that the Valkyrie? Because I'm fairly certain it's a dude.
Valkyrie is the only female. I believe that is the elf. Yeah.
Oh god, it's just like I look at it and I expect it to be the dwarf, and it's not.
Oh yeah.
He's also like, got to go fast.
My favorite thing is actually in the game already, which is the greatest throwback. Warrior needs food badly.
Wow.
It's my favorite saying. I remember that from like Gauntlet Legends on the N64, doing that in the original Gauntlet. And it's a great mindless hack and slasher. Unless you're playing the Wizard, then you're playing Magicka, which makes sense because the guys who developed the game are the same guys who developed Magicka.
Oh, fair enough on that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can completely destroy your own team. Great. It looks like we're playing Wizard.
Well, there's no friendly fire, but you actually, if you're playing on a controller or even a keyboard, you do button combinations for the individual spells. Like, for instance, if you're on a PlayStation controller, because that's what I play on, triangle circle will do one spell, circle circle will do another spell, circle triangle.
Then you do
square...
/punch and then do Hadouken.
I wish. I wish.
So I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter lately.
Of course.
That's what I've been playing.
Let's see. I also played some Risk of Rain with viewers this week.
How is that game? Yeah, I've looked at it and it just doesn't seem interesting.
It's it's a basic roguelike.
I kind of confused what it's meant to be, and it's like, oh, it doesn't look me.
Well, it's one of those. It's basically a giant arena fighter for a lot of it. I mean,
yeah,
it's basically it turns into horde mode a lot, and it's a lot better when you're playing with people than playing alone. 100%.
Yeah, I could see that.
The netcode for it is not the greatest.
Okay. Actually, depending on where you are, Snow, because
yeah,
I've found that if you open one port for it, the designated port for it, it sucks balls.
Yeah, it's very painful depending. You either are stuck having to use Hamachi for doing it.
Oh God.
I
Exactly.
haven't used Hamachi in a long time.
Exactly. Otherwise, you're going to need someone with a very good connection to host it.
Like me,
Yes, like
But you have your server, don't you?
I have a server and I have 80/40 download and upload.
Oh yeah, that's why you're hosting.
Oh.
You know what? Speaking of really bad netcode, but it's like for a really great game, is Nighthog.
Oh God.
Nidhogg.
That game is so much fun.
Do not fucking remind me of that. I tried to play
It's-
Soviet online while he was streaming. You fall onto
Yeah.
a fucking ledge and you're not the host and you're dead because
Yeah,
you literally
exactly. You need to
cannot
be the
jump
host.
back up.
It's so bad. But that's a shame because it's such a fun game. It's like so
It is.
intense and it's just hilarious playing. I've got friends over and we obviously played it local with no lag. It's one of the funniest things. You can just play with someone.
Yeah. There's actually a game like that which was just released very recently. Sorry about interrupting you, but
No.
what is it? Gang Beasts.
Gang.
Oh,
That
yeah,
looks- that is really fun with actual people. I had a few friends over and just plugged 4 controllers into my PC and played that, and that was great.
Yeah, I can't think what the term is, but it's basically you kind of look at a 3D kind of field, and then you get little characters. You grab each other, throw each other
Yeah,
around, and
pretty much.
obviously you
It's
have to, like, throw each other off.
It's essentially just a really goofy beat 'em up where the aim is to knock people out and throw them out of the arena or kill them through other means. Like you can throw them into a grinder, or you
Into
can throw them
trains.
into a bottomless pit of fire, into a train, off of a roof.
Yeah, I really should try and get that one. Does that have online?
It's currently local only.
Oh, it's a shame because it would be fun online, that one.
Yeah, it would, but it would need good netcode.
Yeah, which is unlikely from a very small, probably studio.
Yeah, it was an indie game, but back to what Snow was saying.
Well, actually, one last game I did play this week is after talking about it last week, I did pick up Expendabros.
Oh God, Broforce.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Broforce Expendables tie-in, Expendabros, and
It's a free DLC basically, isn't
yeah,
it?
pretty much.
That's pretty
And-
cool.
Oh, it was amazing! It was hilariously amazing.
Broforce is just such a cool game.
Oh yeah, even though it is still in early access, they're still working on it. I don't like pushing like early access games. They annoy the absolute crap out of me.
I agree with that.
But
I don't like buying games which aren't finished, but
exactly.
Broforce actually seems polished. Whenever
Yeah,
I look
very
at it,
polished.
it's a very polished game. It's not fucking like Rust, where it's like, oh, you want this game? You want this game? Oh, here's 50 billion things which stop you from playing it. Have fucking fun.
Or it could end
With
up
all of your
like
money.
oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it was that like MMO Minecraft they tried doing.
Oh God, yeah.
I can't remember the name
Cube
of it.
World.
Cube World, and that like it just sat in hiatus
Yeah.
for almost 2 years before the
I know.
the
I
creator
got
went,
Cube
hey,
because I
here's
had a
a
lot
thing.
of fun playing with my friend. It
Yeah.
goes now.
But yeah,
Ugh.
Yeah, I
It-
can't
it-
stand early access for those
It
reasons.
had
It's just
so much potential, and then they just fucking left it alone and made everyone waste their money.
actually, let me open up and see what the last update was.
Probably in like
Uh,
fucking last October.
July 23rd of 2013.
Yeah, so it's been
Yeah.
over a year.
Since they've actually upgraded that
And,
game.
the
Like
game,
instant, I actually got it. They upgraded it twice, and I was like, "Oh, this is good. Look, upgrade it like every so often." And it's just been like a ghost town of updates.
mhm.
It's like like fucking beta Minecraft updated once every fucking year, and the update adds about 2 things and fixes no bugs.
Yeah.
All right, Moog, what have you been playing this week?
I've been continuing my Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. It's been going well, but I'm stuck on the final boss.
Would you be able to tell
Chicken
everyone
soup
about
game.
your little challenge you've been streaming?
It is using one of the Final Mix additional abilities, EXP 0, which makes it so I get no experience from killing things. And I'm literally setting myself at level 1, base stats, base defenses, and I'm just trying to go through the game with no boosts, no nothing, just keyblades, and armor and accessories.
So basically, it's like a soul level 1 of Dark Souls.
Pretty much, but to be honest, it's worse than Dark Souls. To be honest,
Well, yeah, because you have to like do encounters properly and stuff. It's not it's not an easily exploited game like sort of Dark Souls is.
Kingdom Hearts is RNG.
It's RNG, but the thing is that with what Snow's playing right now, you said it's not exploitable. I basically exploit this boss completely.
Yeah.
Wait, which boss?
One of the last 3 Psyx.
Oh, I haven't played. Is it 2, right?
It's 2.
Yeah, I haven't played that one in years.
Basically,
The Final Mix one does get the entire Organization 13 boss room, basically.
Yeah, it gives the Final Mix version gives you Terra, the Organization data battles, an entirely new area to explore, and it kind of mixes around which abilities you get after you defeat bosses and shit.
That's fair enough. I always wanted Final Mixes, but they never came out in like the worst, so it's always something I missed. And I absolutely love the Kingdom Hearts just for the combat itself, and I would have loved to played against every single organization because I was really into the Chain My Memories when it actually came out on Game Boy Advance of all things. So I was really into that.
I hated that
God.
game. Hey, let's make
I really liked
the
it.
Terrible.
It was
That game
just
was
hey,
terrible.
let's change the interesting combat and turn it into cards.
Yeah.
Cards!
I enjoyed
Horrible.
If I wanted to play cards, I'd play
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'd play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'd play Magic or something. Like I don't want to do
play
that
poker.
in an action RPG. No, thank you.
Or
I
watch,
liked it.
watch
I've
me
still
play.
got my original Game Boy Advance cartridge and everything.
I'll play the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color.
Oh,
It's
no,
comparable.
Oh God.
please. Stop.
Yeah. That was really popular though, that Game Boy trading card game with this black cartridge, if I recall.
I don't
is
even know. I never got into that. I didn't understand the rules, and it was like, no, I just don't care. I just don't care.
The boom of not Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon trading cards was basically, I've got a card, don't know how to use it, but it's got a Pokemon on it.
Yeah.
Do you have a foil Charizard? Is that still worth like $300?
Oh,
I used to have them, and then my mum threw them out, and I was really sad.
rip.
Oh,
I literally
childhood
had like,
ruined.
you know the binders, like you get the book binders with like all the
Yeah, I
little
knew.
plastic sheets with like 30 plastic pages filled up. I had duplicates of every fucking card and filled that thing, and it got thrown away.
I'm sorry, Crime. You've gone through some very dramatic there.
I'm fucking sorry. That would make me like
no
2
wonder you're so
grand.
salty. It's because of that.
I would have got like 2 fucking grand.
Yeah? I actually gave all of mine away.
You moron.
Oh no, it was because I was 18 years old. I had a binder of them from when I was a kid. It's like I didn't care. And
Oh,
it's just,
too cool for you.
no, it was one of those. It was a young kid who was really into Pokemon at the time, and was just he was about 8-9 years old, 10 years younger than myself. It's like I'll never use them. So I gave him all of the Pokemon cards I had, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards I had from when I was younger. It's like I'll never use these. So here,
Fair.
you can just have them. And it
That
was just
my
that.
Lego set. And I
it was
still
like
regret it today.
It was like a Christmas present for that kid. So it made me happy. I suffer from nice guyism, so.
Niceness.
All right.
Fucking sick.
Have you been playing anything else this week, Moog?
I've been rotating between Kingdom Hearts 2. I played a little Gauntlet. Didn't really like it. And Dark Souls 2. I've been actually planning a Soul Level 1 arena character because I saw someone else do it. I'm like, I can probably do that better.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So fucking competitive.
I think that's just the majority of the internet, really. It's just look at someone else and go, I can do better than that.
I can do better.
My dick is bigger. My dick is
Exactly.
bigger than yours.
My internet dick is bigger than your internet dick.
I can do that.
I can do it!
I'll get rank 1, no fucking losses, SL1, no weapons, bare fists. Come at me, bruh.
No.
Soul level 1 giant dad, go.
Oh god, you would slow walk.
Worf.
It worked.
I won 2 fights when I was slow walking as Turtle God. And that fucker was like SL200.
Jeez.
Wow.
Nice. Wing, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I've actually been moving back to university, so my sort of gaming time has been taken by moving and drinking a hell of a lot. But other than that, I got to play the Smash Bros. Demo, which you got jealous of, Snow.
Yes, I did, because you got it before we did.
Yeah, it was sick. Oh my god, that demo was like, I was surprised in how well the Smash Bros. Played on the 3DS. It felt really good. It didn't. I always worried about kind of like, especially with movement and stuff. It's like, how's it going to work with a circle pad? But it feels so natural, like second nature. It's just like, this is actually honestly super impressive how well they've transferred previous games, probably the Wii U one, sorry, onto a handheld console.
And we all know that the Mega Man moveset is garbage.
I like it, actually. I think it's a character you really need to learn and like set up for a sort of thing. Is like, that you can throw the grab, you can throw them in the air, and then if they have high damage, you could probably jump up, use an up A attack, which shoots a little tornado, which if it hits an opponent, it actually lifts them upwards. So you could basically get a top of the screen knockout with something like that.
Yeah, but the issue is none of his skills have any real knockback.
Yeah, his grabs and his charge.
His skills don't have kill potential. That's his
fucking Mega
issue.
Man. Mega Man is Fox. Mega Man is new Fox.
No,
he's fucking useless.
Fox is like, isn't what Fox kind of like most sort of
Fox
medium
was
character?
the shittest Brawl character.
Okay,
literally.
We're always going to ignore Brawl. Brawl.
He was fucking shit in Melee too.
No, he wasn't. He was one of the top tier players.
I was gonna say he's one of the top tier characters.
I fucking never lost to any of my friends who played Fox.
The only thing I think he lost
MLG
to
and going to Evo and shit of it.
I think the only thing Fox technically lost to in Melee was Falco and Marth.
Yeah, but
that sounds reasonable to be honest.
Because as we all know, everything in Smash 4 is just a different Marth.
Jigglypuff.
Fox is furry Marth.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah. Isn't there like 6 Fire Emblem characters?
I rep the Jigglypuff, dude.
I hate the character. I don't care about the moveset. I hate the character. It's stupid.
Bitch, please.
All of you guys can fuck off as long as I keep my Kirby.
Oh, fuck Kirby, man.
Actually,
fucking Kirby can do literally anything.
Actually, you'll be interested in that crime. They actually buffed Kirby so he's not as garbage as he was in Brawl. He's not nearly as light.
Is be able to pay for rent and a Wii U.
Yeah.
I've already got my Wii U collecting dust, just waiting for this Smash Bros.
Actually, something that was released on Amazon because they jumped the gun because it's Amazon. Twitch Amazon gods, hear me and give me money.
No.
But they actually hyped and already have price listings up for the combo, the Smash 4 Wii U combo, which includes the new GameCube controller, the Smash GameCube controller, and the converter.
I forgot I need to buy an adapter
for $100 total. So that's a $60 game.
Wow.
A $10 controller and $30 on the adapter. All in all, you're still saving over $10.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's probably about $250 with the console too, because the console's not expensive anymore.
No,
it's actually one of the fairly cheaper ones.
You probably would be spending about $250 with everything if you buy the system with, and they might do a system combo as well, which means you might get better savings.
Yeah, I'll probably pick that up once I can safely pay rent.
Fair enough. I have a Wii U and I only have like 3 games, and when I was coming back to university I looked at my games and looked at my Wii U and was like, I don't think I'm going to play you, I'll just bring the Wii U on its own. So it's just sitting there right now going, I need something to play, and it's like, I don't have anything, I'm sorry.
All I would play on the Wii U, it would be Monster Hunter, and that's all I would play, and then you would never see me for like 6 years, and then I'd come out with like 1 Rathian Emerald. Yeah,
I was going to get Monster Hunter, but I played it so much on the Wii originally that I was like, I can't be starting again to get a shit ton of stuff. Because it's fairly right hand. I got my entire Barrios set, which is the white kind of like snow thing, which as a Switch act is great because it increases your iframes when you roll, so I basically will become invincible, and I'll just
Monster
wreck shit.
Hunter iframes.
It's true. It
the
actually
fuck do you think
increases
you
the
are?
range of it, and then it actually increases your iframes.
That's actually that's something I don't understand. Monster Hunter helped on Dark Souls fucking 2. How are iframes a thing?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Why do they exist? Why does everyone not start with 0 agility? Literally cannot roll until you level agility.
So basically, you just jump into attacks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just headbutt a sword as it comes towards you, and then have a splitting headache, literally.
Left one's impossible.
But yeah,
but speaking of like Flash Bros and stuff, sorry, but it's like I just want to get into like the new 3DS, which really annoyed me because I was gonna get an XL, and then that comes out. I was like, oh wait, now and it's like it's not coming out until 2015. I was like, fuck.
Actually, speaking about the new 3DS, they actually recently released a Japanese video showcasing the new 3DS, showing off this new C stick.
A new one.
Yeah, they made one with a C stick, basically for Brawl. Or not Brawl, Smash
wait,
4.
wait. This is one thing. It's like, who the fuck names shit at Nintendo? Because they are the worst company for just naming shit. Because we had the Wii U. It's like, okay. And then we had the 3DS, which kind of makes sense. So it's like, oh, we're bringing a new 3DS out. What should we call it? New 3DS. That's literally it. New 3DS is the name of this device. And you're just like, oh,
It's literally the new
Yes,
3DS.
the new 3DS. It's like,
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
They
Which
could have called it like 3DS-C for like C-Stick or something like that. But no, new 3DS is apparently a much better name than anything else they could imaginably think
Is
of.
that literally it? They've just got a C-Stick. That's literally
it's
the
got
only
a
change.
C stick
They have
and it
C-stick.
has compatibility for the new Amiibo thing.
Oh yeah, and it also has 2 extra trigger buttons, and it's actually a bit more powerful than the original 3DS, to the point that they are bringing games that can only be played on the new 3DS, such as Xenoblade, which is a Wii title.
Oh, so
They've
they're
released
already they're already fucking doing what they did to like the
PSI.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, you can only play this game on this, force you to get rid of the console which you already own.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck you, Nintendo.
Another thing I thought was kind of funny is that new 3DS is actually being released in Australia first.
Yeah, Australia and New Zealand are actually getting it in November, I think. I can't. Well, yeah, it's coming out before Christmas.
Yeah.
But, the West, us and America have to wait until past 2015, and we still don't have an exact date when we're actually going to get the device.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, why?
To be honest, don't fucking mind. Australia deserves at least one thing early.
Well, I remember the game The World Ends With You on the DS?
Yes.
The Square Enix one. That came out in like England and New Zealand before America, which was I think it even came out before Japan in England and New Zealand, which is just really bizarre or something like that.
Yeah. All I know is I think Australia deserved this, because I remember talking to a friend of mine who I used to play WoW with in Australia, and I can't remember what the game was, but he was really hyped for it, and I was confused as why he was hyped for it, because it had already been out for 4 months. It'd already been out for 4 months, and he was looking forward to the new release in a month.
Oh,
yeah, they get screwed over both in release and pricing with shit, because holy crap, they have to pay a lot of money.
Yeah. The other thing I thought was really interesting is the leak from Amazon with the Smash 4 bundle for the Wii U. They also have a release date on it. It's not official, but it's the first instance we have of an actual release date for the game, and that would be the 31st of December of this year.
I thought it was a November release they were going for.
Well, nothing's been said. Like, Nintendo hasn't said a word.
I know, but they want. I think they want you to release it before Christmas.
You'd think so.
31st is after.
I mean,
so
you'd think so, but who
odd.
knows? No one. This is the first date we know of, at least so far.
Yeah, but that seems really unlikely considering
That
the
might just be
company
the bundle. That might just be the bundle.
It
They
could
might
be.
just bring that out as an afterthought, so what people do is they buy it and then they're like, oh, look at this new bundle we have that you didn't have at Christmas. Now you can spend all of your Christmas money on it.
Yeah, that's the point.
Oh my.
Because Because
But no, I think they would release it before Christmas sale, because people will buy it and have money for it and buy it for other people. So it's one of the best things they could really do, isn't it?
December 24th.
Yeah, it's exactly a day before they'll release it.
Yeah. All the shops are closed, so you can.
All the shops are closed.
Cry.
Just stacking, all the games are stacked right in front of the glass. Riots everywhere. Yeah, Nintendo shouldn't do this.
No.
This is like fall season. No, it'd be spring summer season. So soccer, you guys can have riots in the spring about football. In the fall, Nintendo can break it.
Yeah, exactly. Riots all year. It'll be wonderful.
Yeah, people just walk around going, why are the people out there with like pitchforks and just breaking things? Oh, it's riot season. it's like us.
Don't mind that.
It's like here in the fall when the leaves turn, and we get like up here we get a bunch of people that come from the city. Will just drive around and just be complete jackasses because the leaves are changing. We must see it. It's like, oh, it's leaf season. Oh Lord.
Don't they have trees? I mean...
Yeah, do trees not exist in the other places?
Oh no, they do.
A tree. Click,
but
click, click,
I live in
click.
an area where...
my window, I can see like 6.
Well, this is also... I also live in an area where there's a lot of state land, so state parks up here.
Tell them to plant some fucking trees then. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just because...
leave it in your garden.
It's one of those people come from the city because...
Stand really far back so you look at it and think the tree's outside.
Well, people come from the city out here just because, oh, it's so rustic and it feels so... it just feels so rural. And that's actually the phrasing I've heard. It feels so rural out here.
I could have
as they're drinking their pumpkin spice lattes.
Rural energy. Synergy. Sorry.
I don't know.
Right.
Hearing rural, I just think there's just a fucking just raccoons just everywhere. That's all I think.
Yes.
All the raccoons.
All right. Crime. What have you been playing this week?
My week has been varied a lot, but I've majoritively been playing Destiny and Dark Souls 2. I played a little bit of oh god, what's its name now? I literally just installed it. I literally just installed it.
Are you talking?
Where the fuck is it? I just recently reinstalled Super Hexagon. I was probably going to play that on a chill stream where I can get really angry at it. But yeah,
so like every other game you play.
But, yeah, pretty much. But mainly, it's Destiny and Dark Souls 2 because they're my 2 games at the moment.
Well, all right. Then we'll move right into the news. And we'll start off with crime, because I know you'll have plenty to say about this. Let's talk Destiny. Okay? First...
Fuck that game. Fuck its loot system.
Of course. Well, of course, first we'll talk about Vault of Glass. We know that it was cleared last week in 10 hours, 40 minutes. And just in this coming week, it's already been beaten... Originally it was beaten at 37, but it's been confirmed to be beaten in 31 minutes already.
Yeah, the raid itself isn't that hard. It's more the first part of the raid is a complete gear check. Their puzzles are laughably quick if you speedrun them, and the final boss is it's good. Like the entire raid is a great feeling, and it plays a lot better than a lot of PC raids I have done. But it is very just can you manage a bunch of shit together at one time on a controller?
Okay.
No.
Oh, another thing that was done in that 31 minutes, they only used 5 out of the 6 people. 4 hunters and a single warlock.
Fuck you, Titans. You're useless. No, but it's the raid itself. The bosses
I guess they were 4 blade dancers.
Yeah, the bosses themselves have interesting mechanics. The bosses themselves have interesting mechanics, and one of the best things which they do is every time you beat a phase, it checkpoints you.
Oh, that's good.
Meaning you don't have to do the same 10-minute phase over and over and over again. But the main reason of why it took so long the first time is because that place has... The bosses themselves aren't that hard, but it's got a specific puzzle in between those bosses called the Gorgon's Labyrinth. And that place can go suck a fucking dick. I'm sorry.
People get lost in it.
We spent 2 hours crawling around in that place, and if one person gets spotted, the entire raid dies. That's it. You have these near invincible mobs at the gear level which you should be going in at, which is like 26 to 27. You can actually kill them, and you get a grimoire card for it. But they have a fuck ton of health, and if any of them see you, they will instantly kill you.
Wow.
And the entire raid with you. So you spend these hours skulking around through that cave, looking for the exit to the next part of the raid. And then you realize that you can actually run to the next part of the raid in a minute and a half. You can literally sprint there in a minute and a half.
Wow.
It's like it's some of the that's a bit of horrible design flaw there, because it's like if you they work off of sound. The more sound you make, like they'll turn around and they'll come look at where you are. But if you're high up, they can't see you. So what you do is you literally sprint through, you dodge like 3 of them, you jump onto a rock, they all come and look at the rock for about half a minute, and then they leave again. And then you just run through to the next part. And then there's a jumping puzzle, which you spend about 2 fucking hours trying to figure out without realizing you have to make 3 jumps. So the puzzles themselves, it's difficult for the first person who goes through. But as soon as you've got someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, it's easy.
It's a cakewalk. Oh.
Yeah, and then the bosses themselves have very interesting mechanics in the way that they work. Like a major mechanic in the Vault of Glass is something called the Relic, which is a new item which they didn't show in any of their things. And it's this item which you can pick up off the floor, and it gives you the abilities of a Blade Dancer, a Striker Titan, a Defender Titan, and a Void Walker. And what you can use this to do in the first boss is you use that relic to clear off the first boss's shields, because the first boss is completely invulnerable unless he is hit from a super attack with that relic.
And then you have Machina.
Yeah, you have other mechanics of, like, the relic produces, like, this cleansing shield aura which nothing can penetrate through. So on the final boss, a tactic which you can do is you will get this buff which will increase your damage, or if you're holding the relic, it will constantly refresh your energy. So you can sit in, like, you can become this impenetrable wall for your team to sit behind and fire at the boss. So it's a fairly interesting mechanic.
Fair enough. I've just been kind of avoiding the entirety of Destiny. Some of the shit you've been saying, I'm just like, just nod your head and look pretty. Don't pretend you know what you're on about.
It's pretty much me right now.
Yeah,
exactly. It was yeah, interesting. Yes, indeed.
It's a fun game. I would definitely recommend it to anyone who just wants a relaxed shooter that they can play, and that does have some interesting mechanics.
Yeah,
but if you're looking for something which isn't,
yeah, much into it, I kind of liked it, but it's like it's not a game I think you can find playing your own.
Anyone,
you need to play with friends.
Anyone in chat who may be interested, if you're looking for a game which isn't fucking Halo, don't play it.
Yeah,
because it's fucking Halo. It's a space shooter made by Bungie. I really don't see why people were outraged by the fact that it plays like fucking Halo does.
Oh, it's a sci-fi shooter. No, Bungie. Yeah. We expected something else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. We also had this last weekend. We had the Combined Arms Crucible playlist.
That was okay.
You know, it just Fireteam just 6 in Crucible, which was interesting. Right now we have from the September 23rd, so this is Tuesday until the 6th of next week, we have Queen's Wrath, which is a bunch of bounties as well as mission modes that will have unique, legendary, and rare stuff.
Bungie, no, fuck those missions.
Not a fan?
They're near useless. You get the 2 legendaries which you want from them, and then you never do them again because Bungie patched out the one thing people liked about those missions, and that's that you could fucking dismantle them for essentially upgrade materials which you can only get from legendary items. And Bungie patched it out because they were really easy legendaries to get, even though Bungie's loot system is so fucking terrible that you have to wait 6 weeks to fully upgrade a fucking item.
Okay then.
God damn it. RNG is such a bad fucking loot system. I'm sorry.
And then
you get.
I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it's just you get fucking no rewards for playing better.
Yeah, we've all noticed that. Then we have, starting sometime in October, we'll have Iron Banner, which will be starting.
That's probably the most interesting thing which I'm looking forward to. That is, for anyone who
another
doesn't know,
Crucible
it's
playlist,
PvP.
my understanding
Yeah.
is.
It's PvP with stat normalizing taken off, so gear matters.
Ah.
Meaning auto rifles won't be the most OP piece of shit in the game.
No, it'll be
Because
back to
currently the
shotguns.
way PvP works... Oh no, shotguns will be exactly the same.
So, broken.
They're not broken. You have to be 2 feet away to kill someone instantly. If you're more than 4 fucking feet away, shotguns do about 4 damage.
But
Fusion rifles do...
my shotgun
fusion
has a
rifles
scope
can one-shot
on
at
it.
10 feet.
I should
My
be able to go
shotgun
like
has
to
a scope
5
on it,
feet.
Snow. My shotgun has a scope on it, Snow.
I know.
So fuck you.
I know, that's why I was making the joke.
But what is it? Yeah. Everyone who bitches about shotguns, fusion rifles one-shot at 10 feet. They one-shot at double the range of a shotgun.
Wow.
It's like, everyone who bitches about shotguns and then doesn't bitch about auto rifles is fucking dumb. Because the way that it works, because of stat normalization, all your weapon does is equalize towards whatever its archetype is. For example, scout rifles, which are currently the worst type of weapon, have, I'll give you 2 archetypes. There's a rapid, which is high rate of fire, low impact, medium range. And a marksman, which is high range, medium impact, and very high stability. So you can, of course, essentially snipe with it. It's like a DMR.
Oh yeah, the single shot one.
But a white marksman will do as much damage as a legendary marksman does, because stats are equalized. And it's only equalized to your weapon's type. So having a marksman which does a bit more impact won't actually change anything. Or if you have an upgrade which gives it more impact, it won't do anything. But an auto rifle is essentially this. It has nearly as much damage as a scout rifle, which is the longest. It has nearly as much range, and it fires 10 times faster.
Yep.
It fires faster than any other gun. It hits as hard as any other gun, and it has a better range.
Fair enough with that one.
They are broken in every way because stat normalization essentially means the higher your fire rate, the better the gun.
Because you're just doing much more damage.
Yeah, you're doing
in a
normalized
quicker
damage, so
session.
you just want it to fire as fast as possible and be as stable as possible so you can keep the trigger on the target.
Yeah. I can see why that's a bit broken, actually.
But, this is why Iron Banner is something which is going to be greatly appreciated, because when they take off stat normalization, a scout rifle will actually be useful because it will do damage.
How will it like sort of balance like people with lower gear to sort of higher gear?
You don't go into it. You don't fucking go into Iron Banner. That's the point. You do not go into Iron Banner unless you are decked out. It's meant to be high-end PvP.
Fair enough. Well, they should have a level cap then, it shouldn't they?
The game already has a level cap, 30. 20
No, I meant
level...
on the
game-
actual.
No,
to get
because
whatever
people
it's
are
stuff.
fucking dumb.
All right, fair enough.
Like,
Exactly.
people
That's
will
why
be
you should
dumb.
have one on.
No, but people will be fucking dumb and think they can go in and they'll think, oh, I'm entitled to do this. I'm so much better than these lucky noobs who got gear drops. No, you're fucking not. You're bad at the game. Go farming, you nerd.
Speaking of
Just farming
farming,
equals squill now.
speaking of
Sorry, go
farming,
on,
we
Snow.
can talk about the treasure cave. Which
Oh, you mean the cave which they tried to patch out and then a new one was found within an hour?
Yeah, I saw the
Not only-
story, but I didn't know what the treasure cave was. So can you just elaborate a bit?
Okay, treasure cave. It's literally an open spot in a wall where mobs spawn every 6 seconds. And you fire at it.
And continuously fire.
Yeah,
at
you
it.
literally just kill the mobs, because the way that loot works in Destiny is everything just has a percentage chance to drop. It doesn't matter what the level is, because all of your level is normalized, along with your stats. So a level 30 can go to a level 5 area, and he will have level 5 damage and level 5 health. But he will still have his abilities.
Yeah.
But the way it goes is this: you essentially you get to the range where you don't stop them from spawning, and you fire into that hole until your ammo runs out, because then you just stack up all the loot, and then you run there, and there's just a pile of loot and ammo on the floor. You pick your ammo back up, go back to your spot, and you continue, because that is the most effective way of farming because of the way that their loot system works, which is completely RNG dependent. And you'd get like nothing from doing strikes, which is they're actually patching this. Because of the way that the loot system works, you could actually get blue items from legendary engrams. And the tier list, by the way, is green, blue, legendary, exotic.
Yeah, I've been told them before.
And what happens is you actually had a 60% chance to get a blue from a legendary engram. Meaning, even doing strikes and getting legendaries from that, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Which is why 1.02 patch next week is at least going to change how engrams work.
Yeah, engrams will have a higher drop rate. They will be more likely to be legendary, and you can no longer get the previous tier from the engram.
Yeah.
As in, you cannot get a green from a blue, and you cannot get a blue from a purple.
That's much better.
Yeah, because that was the most annoying part, is you would spend all this time to get these legendaries, and the reason why a lot of people do this, and it's just because the loot system is that bad, and it is the most efficient way to farm. But it's not just that, it's because their loot system is so bad, this is the only way to farm upgrade materials.
Oh, so yeah, because you can just dismantle them and then you can upgrade your stuff then. Yeah.
The one thing I do recommend doing before the patch hits, though, is if you already have legendary engrams in your inventory, use them before the patch hits. When the patch hits, they will all legendary engrams that currently exist will be demoted to rare.
Yep.
So
although saying that, Snow, after the patch you will probably have a higher chance of getting a blue from a legendary than what you do from getting a legendary right now.
Yeah.
A legendary engram, you will probably actually still have more chance with the blue next patch than what you do currently.
Well, the reason they're doing it, because Wing had asked why, is so people don't farm and have basically guaranteed legendaries once the patch hits, so it doesn't make an imbalance.
Yeah. That's the reason why they're swapping them over, but this is their way of incenting, because they're also increasing the drop rate of legendary engrams from strikes, which is the normal way to farm. You do strikes, which are their little dungeons kind of, but strikes aren't all that interesting in comparison to the raid. But that's their incentive to get people to go there, because you actually have a 70% chance, I believe it was, of getting a legendary engram anytime you do a strike. And you can knock out strikes in about 10 minutes. So it's technically better than the loot cave. But it's the fact is everyone who complains about people going to the loot cave annoys me. It's an MMO. People are going to go to the most efficient way of farming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, easily.
With my feet.
Would you want to spend 6 hours doing strikes to get maybe 2 engrams, or would you want to spend 6 hours shooting mindlessly into a fucking cave? Which, by the way, for old loot cave, you didn't even need to be there. You could literally go AFK and have other people shoot. You'd get loot.
Wow.
Because
loot is literally... The way that loot works in Destiny is, are you in the radius of the enemy being killed?
Yes.
Yeah. So even though they kill it, you're there. The loot still drops, and then it's your own sort of loot system.
I sat at Loot Cave for 3 hours, literally sitting in my bed and occasionally pressing fire to keep myself from logging out, just because I was watching streams and I was bored as fuck.
Wow. All right.
Call me a fucking abuser, but I wanted loot.
Oh yeah. Moving on from loot. Destiny, though. We can talk about a little bit about Nintendo, because there are 2 little tidbits. We already talked about the 3DS and for Smash 4. This last Monday, Nintendo actually celebrated its 125th anniversary. It has been around for 125 years.
Originally making a Japanese card game. I can't remember what it's actually called right now. That's how they started off.
They made Hanafuda cards.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was. They were a card company at that time.
You spell that to me.
It's just one of those that you don't. Nintendo is basically the godfather of video games, and you kind of just don't expect it that it's just been around so long. It's a great company.
Well, it made that and toys, actual toys, and they even before the Game & Watch, they had their own ping pong systems.
Yep, they made
Ultra Hand.
Yep, it was. That's what it was. It was just it was like a claw hand. That's all it was, and it was called Ultra Hand.
You're talking about the Power Glove there or something?
No, it was just that was the Ultra Hand. They also had their own love hotels in Japan. back, I believe, in the 70s, 60s and 70s.
Okay, good job.
Oh yeah, I want to go to Japan now.
They
Please
made the
no.
money.
That's it.
Made the
Mario,
money.
come watch me. Oh.
Oh god.
And that's how you got
Nintendo-
Princess Peach cosplays.
Oh god,
Yeah.
in Bayonetta.
The other thing that is coming, they announced it at TGS. Just like the Game Boy Color, the 2DS is having a transparent version.
Aaron, yeah, I saw that.
Yay!
Who cares about the door
Wait,
stuff
so we can
anyway?
see all of the cheap shit that they put in it. We can see the fact
Wow,
that
it
it's
really
one
is
screen.
one screen. Why did
Yeah.
I buy this?
I think that's all I would buy it for, is to be like, yeah, it definitely is one screen. You can't fuck with me.
Yep.
No one lied to me. That is one screen.
God damn
Well, I
it.
paid what I was thinking for, I guess.
I had a
prop your door
2DS for
open.
about 6 months, and all I could think of is I really just want to hit someone over the head with this because it feels like a fucking brick.
But yeah,
Like it
so
played fine, but it just felt bad. It didn't feel right.
but at the very least, we can at least say congratulations, Nintendo, and hope
Yeah, 125 years is impressive.
Yeah.
Especially kind of how far they've come.
for
They
any
are the only
corporation.
gaming giant who has managed to retain, like, worth.
Yeah,
Considering if you go back through the years, you go back to like the 90s of the like early Mario's and Sonic. Sega were like a big thing, and they're just not anymore.
Yeah, they've beaten like competitions here and there. They basically restarted the gaming industry with the NES or Famicom, and they've stuck with it. Whereas like Sega have fallen out, Atari have fallen
Yeah.
out with like the shit.
All,
like the
all of the
Jaguar.
other companies have just died off, and I think Nintendo will keep going way past the lifespan of Microsoft and Sony.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
one
I
thing
mean,
that-
I think even with the bad sales of like the Wii U and stuff, I don't think they worry that much because they have enough money to sort of keep going anyway.
well the
'Cause
thing
they
is,
will
like,
sell shit.
take the Wii for example. Everyone always harped on the Wii, but we can still say the Wii still sold more than the PS3 and 360 combined in terms of just systems sales.
Isn't a DS like one of the best selling like consoles ever now?
The
Yeah.
DS, yes.
The DS has like,
Yeah, then
I think it was like 1 billion units, wasn't it, in total?
yeah, that's just like that's a crazy amount. That beats everything. It's like it's in terms of handhelds, Nintendo are the gods of handhelds.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't think of really any competition. Like the PlayStation Vita looks like it could have some good stuff on, but it's too expensive, and it's like it doesn't. Having a powerful system with me doesn't seem to make much sense for me than just playing, something that's almost simple and I can just put away really quickly.
Nintendo will never die because they
no.
they will continue to have their exclusives, which everyone will always want.
Yeah, everyone will want
Because they
Mario.
will never give them to anyone fucking else.
Mine.
You mean
It
like
is all
Dynasty Warriors
mine.
Hyrule?
Yeah. I mean,
On another console, I think he means.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it literally on like anything else. Because you mean, even look at the ones which you would class as exclusive. The Soul series came to every fucking console in the end. I mean, it's going back to PS4 with Bloodborne.
Yeah, but
it
that's
did
because
leave.
Demon Souls and Dark Souls are different actual properties.
Yeah,
where
I know,
Sony
but
had,
it's a spiritual successor made by the same company. And
well, I
it's
think
also-
Sony on that one were just like, because they agreed that they messed up on Demon Souls because they thought it was a shit game when they brought it out. They didn't expect it to be sort of that cult following,
Yeah.
and then they regretted not doing anything with this series that everyone actually liked. And then obviously, I think this is why we got Bloodborne because Sony is like, we need something on our new console. We messed up on
the cult
Demon Souls,
back.
so we'll do something a bit better. So that's what
Yeah.
Bloodborne is, I
But
think.
it's like, and then you look at Halo. The original Halos were on PC, and they actually
Aye.
took them away because the console needed the fucking exclusives.
I've never got that.
But
Like,
no
I
matter
don't
what,
know what. I don't understand Microsoft. I'm sorry. They make so much shit for the PC. If they brought out the Halo, what is it? Is it the Master Chief Edition or whatever it is?
Yep.
Yeah, they're like the
The
what is
the
it, Halo
big every
3?
Halo edition.
Oh yeah, Halo. It's 1, 2, 4, all sort of HD remastered. Probably not 4
Yeah.
itself because it's already.
I'm sorry. If they put that on PC, that would get maybe 1 million sales within a minute.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Having the entire library on like a PC games will go. I want that.
Yeah. Every
It's-
fucking
it's-
PC
yeah.
gamer wants it.
It's not gonna make me want to buy an Xbox One or anything, but seeing it on if it was going to be a PC, it's like even I would consider doing that because I could play with my friends and stuff. Especially like they talked about, the multiplayer, and it's like there's over 100 maps, and it's like, holy shit, that's a lot of maps for what, a shooting game. It makes sense why there is, but that's a lot of writing.
For twice the cost of what it will be on console, it will still sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
And they're not going to do it.
Then, of course they're not going to fucking do it, Moogs, but I can hope.
But we can also talk about, this, in terms of PC, we know the Steam design has changed again. They brought out the new Steam, which is called... Oh, what did they call this new... Steam Discovery.
I don't like it.
I stick by my statement.
Well,
Which is
But
yeah, it seems like they're trying to go a bit too futury. Like, I like the new buttons and everything, and all of the new shaders, and it's a lot better coloring. But it was good. It was good before. Why the fuck did you change it?
I think it's because... Well, the issue actually came up because they have...
Box, I think.
Well, the major issue is, say, like myself, I'm a guy who likes the RPGs and the very retro indie. Say, for instance, Crime. If he was more into shooters, it's so the library now has reached over 3,700 different titles. Which the Discovery is supposed to be so it can tailor itself more to you, so your own personal view, or at least your interests, can show on, hey, what's on the store? Do they have anything that I might like? So you're not trying to wade through
about the previous one is that I would see games that would never really interest me, and I go, well, that was kind of interesting, actually. If it tailors to me, I'm just going to see the same shit again and again. I'm just not going to be interested.
It's not just that, but for me, it's like they could have just added that on as a feature. I mean, they had the For You section anyway on the old Steam.
yeah.
So you could just click on it and it would all be there instead of giving you this entire new overlay, which I just don't like the way it looks.
It blinds me.
Yeah, it's...
I mean,
That's
fine. I mean, I can understand that. Easily.
I like the music update.
Yes, we have the music update, which
cool.
at the moment they released it, we also have... they also released a bunch of Valve games. Just their soundtracks were free to download. So, if you want those, you can have the Halo 1, Half-Life 1 and 2, Portal 1, as well as the TF2 soundtrack. So you can have all of those.
That's good.
Yes.
That is definitely... Those are definitely good soundtracks to give out.
Or the fact, say you Humble Bundles, okay? Say you bought Humble Bundles that included a soundtrack to them. Well, the codes themselves are now integrated with it. So anything you got that's supposed to include a soundtrack is now already in part of your Steam library for their soundtrack. For instance, I have now Civ 5, the OST for Dark Souls 2, Binding of Isaac, and they're automatically just in your library just for music.
Yep,
that's pretty good.
You can also use it to play your own music, which I think is pretty cool. Like, it's not just an easy way of getting your own soundtracks, but it's an integrated music player within Steam. So if you were someone who used, say, iTunes or Spotify, you can move those folders into just your default music folder, and you can have all your music there.
Yeah.
Would it work with media buttons? Because they're very important on my keyboard now. Because I can access my music while I'm streaming just by clicking, skip a song or stop it even, without actually opening the program itself.
I wouldn't know because I don't use them.
I was kind of curious about that because it's like if I can, I might as well just use my own music player.
Yeah, and you might.
Well, I checked mine and I've got Civ 5 and Binding of Isaac, which I didn't even remember buying.
Well, for a lot of them, when you bought the game, like either through a Humble Bundle, they included just the soundtrack as part of it.
No Baba Yetu though, because I don't have Civ 4. I need to buy Civ 4 soundtrack.
So that did come out this week for that, and it's not a bad update. Let's see here. We're going to move on to the major news that happened. And that is the former Panama president, dictator, whatever you want to call him, Noriega, suing Activision.
Oh, this story is fucking hilarious.
For using his likeness in Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
It wasn't his likeness though. It was actually him, wasn't it? But a future him, because obviously Black Ops 2 is in the future to us now.
Well,
Oh my
but
god.
well, it's using his
Really?
likeness.
Yeah,
But
no,
the issue that's really
Sorry,
well,
go.
first, I kind of see this as just another cash grab, just like the Lindsay Lohan incident with GTA 5.
GTA.
But the thing that gets me, and let me see if I can find his name so I'm not butchering it. Where are
You butcher everything,
Rudy
though, so.
Giuliani. Okay, Rudy Giuliani is, let's see. Oh, he's the former New York City mayor, so U.S. He is siding with Activision here with his own legal team. But the thing that gets me is that he stated that we shouldn't even consider it or even want to even take it to court because Noriega is Manuel Noriega is a confirmed murderer, torturer, and all this. So the question I have is, even if it's using his likeness, is there like a major problem? Where do we draw the line here? It's like, if it's a criminal, can we just use them willy-nilly and they have no rights whatsoever? I mean, even prisoners have some sort of basic human right and they shouldn't be exploited. But do we just ignore it if he is one?
The reason they're trying to fight against it mainly is because he's not an American citizen. So it's like, the rules don't apply here because there is a law then saying you can't use someone's likeness without their permission. But one of the biggest reasons is like, but he's not in America, so we can use it, I guess. And obviously he's trying to fight against that. But yeah, you're right. It's like, how far can you go with just using someone in a bad light, even though he is a bad light? Because I wouldn't want to be represented very badly, even if I was a murderer. Because you don't want your name to get spread out again, even if you're in prison.
Well, the thing that I can use this for a reference because granted, not everyone's going to know it because it's an old movie and I like it, is Running Man, an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from the late 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Where they use television to basically clip together a bunch of lies against the main character played by Arnold. And it's like, they're using his likeness to destroy it, and I think that could really work in this situation. It's like, could that work in that situation?
Stuff that is not actually done, which is kind of bad to do to someone. It's like taking a famous person and say they've done this in the game, Kent. But you wouldn't want that image to be related to you because people will relate it to you. I mean, everyone hates Joffrey from Game of Thrones because he's a right prick. But it's like the guy seems like a really nice Irish kid.
He's a humanitarian.
Yeah, it's just like,
okay, here's
people
the
are gonna hate
other
him
thing that
because
was
his character.
that I read, and it brings up a good question that happens in the real world. Osama bin Laden, okay, we all know what he is, but they use his likeness in the movie Zero Dark 30, which it was about his assassination. The question I have there is, well, a few things are kind of just lifted because it is a fictional story based on truth. If they paint him in even worse light or say something that he didn't do, would that actually give the right to his family to sue? Or would they, because bin Laden was an American citizen?
Yeah.
So that raises the question there. Would his family just be allowed to basically sue for basically dragging his name through the mud even worse than it already is? But do we negate that because he was a criminal?
I think they lose the right to have those kind of abilities to be like, oh no, you can't say this about me. You've clearly broken the law.
Yeah.
You've completely destroyed it. So why should you be able to use legality as a term for your own defense? No, don't be a fucking moron. You kill someone.
As a legal thing, they're completely separate events, though. As a court, you can't really take, a personal bias towards it. He is being misrepresented, so that is against, his rights. Yes, he has killed people, but I know he's a murderer, but there's still laws.
No, you lose the right to have any of your own legal bullshit when you break the fucking law.
Well, the thing is, even with you breaking the law, you do lose rights, sure, but you still. no matter what, as an American citizen, you are given the right. You are still have rights as a human being.
A human being.
A human being. Okay, but yeah, there's still the rights there. So where do we draw the line? Is it just okay? He's a criminal, so we can say whatever we want, and they can't come back at us.
Yes, that's how it should work. If you break the law, you can then not fall back on it as defense until you have served your rightful time or taken your punishment.
It's typical of like you cannot. It's shooting someone and saying you can't shoot me back. You've broken your own law. Own rule.
Okay, friends. Okay, let's take that and look at it a different way. Let's say I shoot you, and we go to court. Okay, I'm now considered a criminal by everyone here. What's to stop you from saying something that didn't happen? Dramatize it to make it worse. Would that serve the same purpose?
Well, that's dependent on the person, but the point I'm trying to make is if you break the law,
wait, is that
you shouldn't then be able to fall back on it as defense.
Okay, no. I've already been convicted of the said shooting of you, but now you dramatize it after the fact, or anybody who dramatizes it past that fact to make it even
makes
worse.
Them a gigantic penis.
Exactly, but that's the issue here. It's like I'm in jail. I can't fight it. I mean, I'm a criminal. I did do the shooting, but now not only did I do the shooting, apparently I also kicked him in the shins while he was down, took his wallet, and beat him to death with his own wallet. So now I look even worse, which in turn the general public is going to see me as worse. So now
I don't think I see a guy for worse for shooting him and then mugging him, and then worse for just shooting him. You've still shot him. That's the point I'm making. Is if someone has done these horrible things, I wouldn't look at the differences that they've falsified on them, because they're still a criminal. I look at them the same way of saying you broke the law, and you broke it in this disgusting way. That means that you should never be able to fall back on it as your own defense. I mean, I don't think you can really fabricate much about a guy who is a mass murderer.
No,
he's still a mass murderer.
Yeah, but I guess like a mass murderer is one.
Especially when it's okay. I'll put it this way: you can do with crime, but if it's murder, no, because you've already done what is considered worst in life. You have taken a life.
Yeah.
So you should not no one will give that person.
It does kind of show that his argument is a bit petty compared to what he's actually committed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we've represented you in a bad light. It's like, but you've killed people. That's a pretty bad lie.
That's just it. It's him saying, it's him being a mass murderer and then saying, oh, why'd you tell them I kicked a puppy?
I guess
you're a mass murderer. No one's going to think fucking worse of you.
I guess the thing that kind of brings me to question is, okay, what's the difference in killing one person compared to killing 30 people? Are you allowed to just say exaggerate those numbers or make them larger to get a point across? Like, I shot you, but all of a sudden the stories are being told that I shot 20 people.
You're fairly certain if you've shot someone, you'd shoot again.
It might be self-defense though, mightn't it?
Yeah, but
no.
I'm fairly certain if it's self-defense, you don't take them to court saying he shot me.
You'd be surprised, actually.
I'm fairly certain it's the person who shot you will take you to court saying he assaulted me.
Now, I actually remember reading a story that, robber was robbing someone, got hit, and then they took the person they were robbing to court for hitting them or something like that. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, it's a strange system. But all I'm saying is, you can fabricate it slightly, but once you break that fucking line, you should not be able to fall back on it as defense. That is not something that should happen.
Okay.
Yeah, but I still, it breaks a lot of sort of human rights. Not just
he doesn't deserve rights.
He doesn't deserve them, but then that can go to anyone, though. Really, it's like if how can you represent someone who is an American thingy as what you want, but you won't? get sued for it just because it doesn't fall under your law or their laws even.
Not everyone's a mass murderer, and I'm fairly certain murder is illegal.
Confirmed Lindsay
General.
Lohan is a murderer. That's why that case didn't go through for GTA 5.
Well, no, it's the fact is she put together a very flimsy case to throw herself back in the spotlight.
Yeah. Oh, we all know that. And that's what basically
that was
I'm
hoping
kind of throwing this at. This whole story just
Yeah.
sounds exactly like this. It makes no sense.
Oh, it is that, but this is the point. If you don't want people to know about you, why are you doing a law suing them over a law case over a very obscure thing?
Yeah, see,
That's going to shed more light on the situation than you not saying anything.
one of the actual best things about the kind of story I read is that apparently, because he's in the game, that boosted the sales of the game, and I was like, are you fucking serious? This is Call of Duty. Let's think of the fan base, the majority of it. Do you think they care if a real person is in the story or isn't?
How many of them
That
actually
should
know
be-
history or know who Noriega is?
Yeah,
Exactly,
I don't think
just
they
like-
know who Noriega is.
Exactly, I didn't know who he was until the story came up, so it's like, that didn't influence me to
This is
buy
just
it.
it. This is exactly it. This whole story cannot be based around we don't want, like, you're not allowed to use my likeness because then more people will know about me. No, you're literally shedding this into the news.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they said, "Oh, increased sales." It's like, no, it didn't. If you know the base of Call of Duty, they don't play for the story. They don't play for history. They don't play for
shoot
fucking
people.
guy. Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
much. It's
Oh,
Shoot
like, I've heard there's a
people.
real guy who killed people in this one. I'm gonna get it. It's like, well, no, no one does
my
that.
God, do they not? Should we be sued by like one of Hitler's descendants then? Because in Sniper Elite you shoot his bollock. Like, is that the case that we're going for? A guy who committed mass genocide? Should his family be given money? Because we get to shoot him in many fucking video games.
I think he's trying to do it for himself because he's still alive.
I know, but that's the point I'm making, is it's no fucking different than every other person who is in every other video game that we get to fucking shoot. I'm fairly certain I've shot Stalin and Hitler in at least 3 video games.
Probably, yeah.
Should their
Well,
families be given money?
No, but they have a different case of that everyone knows them and knows the sick bastards. Like I said, I don't even know this fucking guy until the story came up. Because like, who's this? And then I just read it and couldn't stop laughing at it because I find it really funny.
It's you've broken the law. You do not deserve to be have the law to fall back on until you have been duly punished.
Yeah,
If he had came out of like a prison or something, and he was just like, this went back and referenced him, and like after he'd done all of that, and he'd paid his time essentially, he'd paid for what he had done. Then
Yeah.
yes,
No, I can see that, but he's still in jail, can't argue. It's just like,
yeah, you can't really. What the fuck? What does he want? Money.
Oh,
fuck
he
is
doesn't. He
gonna
doesn't. He
do?
doesn't want the other prisoners to go, "Hey, you're that guy from Call of Duty Black Ops 2," and he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
To be associated with such a shit game.
See, I think he's just mad because he's bad at Call
There's
of
his
Duty.
reason.
No,
Yeah.
he's just mad
No.
because he actually doesn't know how
What
to
the fuck
Call
does he want
of
the money
Duty.
for? What the fuck does he want the money for? He's in prison. Lube? The fuck's he gonna get? He's
Wow!
gonna get absolutely jacked fucking shit. I'm sorry. I am fucking sorry, but no, he does not deserve jack shit if he's still in prison.
There's no way they're going to win the case. Like, regardless,
No,
it's just
no,
an
no.
interesting story. 'Cause it's just so kind of
No,
fucking
it's a
stupid.
laugh. That's what it
Yeah,
fucking
it's exactly. It's just like I said. Oh, knowing he's in the game or being sales, it's like, who is this guy? And then I actually read up about him. It's like it really doesn't do anything for the game at all.
How,
It's
how
Call of Duty,
dare
you think you care?
how dare you, Noriega? How dare you make me go to Wikipedia?
No, but
Wikipedia's for nerds.
He is fucking just trying to drum up bullshit. And you know what? It's not to keep his name out of the news. It's to get his name back into the news because that's why he did it.
And to get money.
Yeah.
Well, even so, being in the news, he's got all the publicity and stuff like that.
He's gonna gain from this. You can't really lose shit if you're already in prison.
Aye.
Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? He's gonna be like hit by another prisoner. I'm fairly certain that already fucking happens.
Probably.
Oh my god.
But all right.
sorry.
Speaking of Activision Blizzard, we'll talk about Titan, also known as World of Warcraft 2, and that has actually been officially canceled.
Yeah, it's
Has
kind
it?
of a shame, that, yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
I was
they
looking forward to that.
Yep,
For like 7
it
years,
is-
Crime.
Yeah.
Yep, it has been
One thing I've
officially
following,
canceled.
I've been thinking, oh, I can finally find an MMO that isn't WoW to stick with, and then they fucking get rid of it.
And then they upgrade the old WoW to have newer graphics, and then everyone's playing
no.
again.
No, they can fuck that. Oh, let's do a fucking story arc that literally revolves us ignoring the fucking books and going back in time.
The reason they actually gave for that they actually want canceled it out is just because they were making a game, but it wasn't fun. At least they couldn't seem to really put anything they
But
considered.
they
to
made
be
World of
fun in
Warcraft.
it.
I don't see
Yeah.
the difference.
They
As a
made
man who
grind
played World of
tedious
Warcraft
game.
far too much, yeah, okay, fine.
yeah, I used to play it. I think Crime used to play it, he says.
Yeah,
so we
I've
all
played
know.
WoW. I've played WoW since I was fucking 10. I played
You
it for
young
6
tart.
years. I played that game for 6 fucking years. At one point, was it fun, and that was end game.
Oh, yeah.
No. God
Ah.
fucking damn it.
Was it meant to be a sci-fi setting in Titan?
Yes.
Because that's what I heard.
Yes.
Yep, it was going to be like it was basically
meant to be like
StarCraft the
StarCraft-y
MMO,
WoW. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was
It'd be
StarCraft
interesting to
WoW.
which
see.
I will admit I would have played the shit out of that.
I would have played a Baneling. Get one fucking life and one ability.
Do you think now that because they've actually cancelled it and they've talked why, do you think they'll show anything of it? Because I would actually kind of be curious to see kind of all the stuff they've been doing
They
over
showed
the
a
years.
couple screenshots. They're out there on the web. I think they actually threw out a video once or twice, but that's about it.
I mean the actual like gameplay, because that'd be kind of interesting to see.
I think what they might do is this is Blizzard, and I
Yeah.
don't trust Blizzard. I
BlizzCon.
never trust Blizzard. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, hey, remember we told you this was cancelled? Boom, fucking alpha.
No. What's going to be is, boom! We're going to add a Titan character to Heroes of Warcraft. To I can't remember the name of the MOBA.
Fucking Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm only interested in that because I really like Arthas or the Lich King from World of Warcraft. I think he's really cool, and I would love to just play as him. That's the only reason I'd be any interested. In
Actually, this is the thinking of Heroes of the Storm. This is the final week of the pre-alpha. It's going to be the final wipe before they go into beta.
Oh, for the game.
Yes, for the actual
Stay
game.
away.
Interesting.
Stay away from it.
Yep, they're actually
Keep
going
away
to
from
be.
it.
I want to be the Lich King. The Lich King's
No,
fucking
fuck off.
awesome.
Stay away from that casual piece of shit game.
You haven't played it. It
Yes,
sounds
I
like-
have. I have it.
Oh, you. What? Really?
I'm in the fucking alpha. I've played it. It's boring as fuck and so casual.
Well,
I
they,
did
they
know
are
that.
changing it up. It's
Real.
actually more interesting than it was, but it still has a bit of work to go. Definitely.
it has no form of items. You all get it from skills, and XP is shared across the team, meaning you can be shit, complete fucking shit, and you will still be carried.
So I can be you.
Essentially.
Ah.
Also, Diablo is shit, and that makes me sad.
I actually played a lot of Tyrael, Arthas, because I'm
I
a
played
tank.
Stitches and Diablo. What? Stitches is Pudge. I'm a good
I
Pudge.
know. I'm not huge on him. Stitches is huge. I'm not big
I
on
want
him.
to take that out of context. I'm a good Pudge.
I'm a good Pudge.
Not big into Dota. I never got into it, and that's fine.
I'm just
It's
not
a-
interested in MOBAs for the most part.
Yeah.
It's a mechanically sound MOBA, and that's just
Actually,
my thing
speaking
with
of
it.
MOBAs, I actually got back into Infinite Crisis again.
I saw Cannon playing that last night, and I
Yeah,
was thinking I might
and
reinstall it and get
I,
onto it.
I was going
My
to
trouble
try
with Infinite
and
Crisis
play with
is,
him
one,
last night, but that didn't work out very well. Because, hey,
What
I haven't
happened?
played in a while. I need a patch. 7.5
Oh.
gigs. Eat a dick!
7.5 gigs on a MOBA launcher, meaning it's going to take you 6 years.
It took me
Because
about
for some
four.
reason-
It took me about 4 hours.
Yeah,
Took me
every
10
MOBA launcher.
minutes.
I don't understand. No, I don't understand. Every MOBA launcher seems to fuck download speeds more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's got to take some of it to make the launcher look pretty, obviously.
Yeah, no, but it's like Infinite Crisis is a fun game, but I have two major problems with it. One, it's slow. The game feels slow and sluggish. The fastest hero in the game feels sluggish. And it's badly optimized. The game's FPS is terrible.
Fair enough.
Like if you try to stream it, its FPS is just bad. Like it's a massive CPU hog that doesn't actually FPS lag you. It just keeps bad FPS. I get the same FPS on ultra low as I do on ultra high.
Gross.
It's just badly optimized.
Blighttown, the game.
Yeah, essentially.
Let's see. What else do we have in the news? Assassin's
I was gonna
Creed
say we have-
Unity.
I was just looking at that one.
It has a grill.
Yep, now has a season pass, which includes DLC. The season passes for all the DLC, which also will include a 2.5D China mission, where you can play as a female character. So all
Right,
that crap
I
they
think
got
the
for
female
not having a
character-
female playable
Yeah.
character in Assassin's Creed, ta-da!
Oh,
Wasn't
you want
there
a grill?
female
Here's a
playable
grill.
character on the PSP?
Oh, I forgot what's the name. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Liberties, I think it's called.
Yeah, there was a female in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I was
no,
afraid-
that
oh, you
they got a
opened
lot of
this-
flack because they want Unity doesn't have a female playable character. Like, Unity is basically a create a character game, but you can't play as a female character.
No, because it's not a create character. Because you're playing a person. You're actually playing someone with a name. You just get to,
Yeah.
I think, change the majority of his costume. So that doesn't bother me. If it was create a character, like you don't have a name basically, and you could change his face features and all that, and then you couldn't play as a female. It's like, no, that's kind of bullshit. But it's a character, not your character. So that's I really don't.
It's
fucking
not The
mind.
Sims.
Yeah, it's not The Sims.
Well, thank God.
It's
Can you imagine
it's dress up.
the baby
It's
the
Barbie's
baby
dress
sim
up.
models?
Oh God! Those
I'm going to assassinate. Nope, nope.
All I'd know is I'd make Tits McGee the high heel assassin. Just hits people over the back of the head with stilettos.
But the
Or breast,
China
just
mission,
crush his skull.
the China mission by itself, according to a direct quote, is it's the darkest story we've ever told, according to the creative director Alex Amancio. So
I haven't really told dark stories though.
exactly.
See, now we got a female
like the
character in
Assassin's
Dark
Creed-
Story. I can't think of two kind of combinations. That's not very.
I think the darkest
PG.
thing I've seen in Assassin's Creed, it's spoilers. I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the ones where it was like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It's like one in that little trilogy is where the woman gets stabbed while you're in like the dream thing. That's about the darkest thing I've remembering in an Assassin's Creed game.
The only thing I
And
really
Charles
liked
Lee.
in Assassin's Creed, I haven't played since the first one. I played a little bit of the second one, and it just I didn't have fun.
the second one's like the best one though.
Yeah, the first one, I
Yeah,
thought,
but
well,
that-
when the first one came out, the plot twist at the end with, 2012, the end world ending type deal, that was amazing to me. I mean, this was
Yeah.
like, it was a really great plot twist, and just like, it didn't really give any real spoilers, and it was just like, I want to know more. This is amazing.
It was pretty good.
Or the fact that people
What?
spent 3 to 4 weeks, like, taking screenshots of every little thing in that room, and so
Oh, yeah,
so they
that's
could
pretty cool,
translate it, find its meanings and everything, and that's like that was the kind of deep. That was the kind of thing you saw in Dark Souls 1 with people trying to figure out the lore, and they're doing it now with Dark Souls 2, so they can really piece something together.
Yeah, and that was good, but Assassin's Creeds aren't dark. And I mean, speaking of the stories, 3 was where is Charles Lee? And then you never fucking find him. And then he
Speaking
pops up, then dead. And then, yeah.
I
Then
could
game over.
not continue playing Assassin's Creed 3. I did a mission where you had to run into a boat in Boston, and I just like I can't play this game. It's just
I
not
played
good.
Assassin's Creed 3 because the what is it? The protagonist had my name. That was it.
where's the
That was
where-
literally why I played it.
I hope
Yeah,
there's a
it's
T
fun.
mission. I hope there was a T mission.
God damn.
There is.
There was. There. had to fucking dump tea in the ocean.
I know. I was.
And I think that's the point where crime was just
like,
done.
So right.
Done. They've ruined it.
That game.
Mad representation. Nope. They're breaking the
fucking
tea.
hated that
I'm done.
I hated that game, and for the specific reason of this.
The
It
tea.
teamed Native Americans with American settlers. That didn't fucking happen. That did not fucking happen. No.
Yeah.
We did not get fucked by Native Americans. No, we fucked them.
No,
God
you
damn it, get your history
got
right.
screwed by Americans and French.
Fuck that. No. We didn't get fucked by anyone.
See, if you're gonna do a revolution,
Yes.
yeah, revolution, is you want to do in the French one, which they are doing, because that's a much more interesting one. Where the American one's a bit, it's not black and white. It's kind of a lot of colors of racism, really.
Yeah. Speaking of Assassin's Creed 3, though, they're also releasing a complete edition. They're actually calling, well, it's kind of what they're calling it, where it's all a full pack, which is going to include Assassin's Creed 3 plus both the DLCs, a Black Flag, and Revelations,
heard
I
it.
believe.
Black Flag was actually good. It wasn't actually terrible.
It's
Yeah,
one of
it
those
was-
games
but
where
the
when you
story
did
was
the
good.
pirate stuff, it was cool.
Yarg.
Everything else was dumb.
No, this is the way I'll put it. The gameplay, average. It's basic Assassin's Creed. Nothing
yeah,
but
revolutionary. But
Crime.
pirate ships.
Right.
Exactly. But
You can
pirates.
be a pirate.
And not
Fucking
like
be a
but
butt pirate.
pirates. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that was coming.
I knew it was too.
I'm just glad they had a Welsh protagonist. That was actually
Oh, yeah.
really good. Edward
Isn't that meant to
having
be-
Edward be Welsh was actually pretty damn interesting. It was not something
Yeah,
that I was
isn't that meant to
expecting.
be Hatham's dad, the guy from Assassin's Creed 3?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 4, it's like Edward is Connor's great grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah. It's just
So
weird.
it's a prequel.
John
It's
Connor.
a prequel to 3.
I'm just waiting for Assassin's Creed where the main character is a guy named Connor and we have Terminators.
Oh.
John Connor. John Connor.
Assassin's Creed Judgment Day.
Assassin's Creed Judgment Day. I'd play that.
That's great.
I'd play that.
I'd
That
play
sounds
that.
pretty amazing.
I want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, the pirate. The pirate.
No, the French Revolutionary.
Walk around
So we can
with a
play as him
fucking
in Unity.
attachment.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Assassin's Creed gear.
Just his massive chin
I don't
bulging
know.
out from under the
Not just
hood.
that, making bad puns.
Oh god.
To be or
Chill.
not to be. Not to be.
Oh god. I just. Oh god. I can never fucking listen to like Arnold Schwarzenegger after watching the Batman and Robin movie.
And Napoleon. Freeze.
I'm
Poor
sorry.
body.
I'm sorry. The amount of puns. It was like I was watching Rev.
I was gonna say, I think his entire dialogue is puns.
It is. He has like 3 lines which aren't, and that's like right at the end of the movie when he's like being reasonable for once.
Oh, I would have loved to have been in like the meetings where they were writing the script for that film. Just
Oh,
like
God.
seeing these people work out puns. Just pure puns.
I'm fairly certain
Like-
they went to Google and they typed in shit ice puns.
Oh yeah.
No, 'cause
you want to
Google
hear
don't wanna
one
be
that has a
good, so they
word?
probably went to a shop, bought a joke book, and looked for them.
Actually, I'm googling that now. Shit
Actually,
ice puns.
there
I
is
want to
a-
see if Batman and Robin comes
There's
up.
actually a worse pun for Arnold in a movie.
Go on.
It's from a movie he did called Last Action Hero.
Oh
yeah.
god, I remember that.
The what was it? Do you want to be a farmer? Have some acres, and then he kicks the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
in the balls.
Oh god.
It made zero
was terrible.
sense. It made like in context, it makes 0 sense. Out of context, it makes 0 sense. But his best pun, because it makes the most sense and it's like the best thing I've ever heard, is Predator. Well, they're attacking the village, and they're they're the American badasses fighting the guys in the jungle because it's the '80s. That's what happened. It's the 80s. American action heroes were just in the woods of
Mafia
South
right now.
America, killing dudes. But he
They're
throws a
like
knife at a
right
dude,
now,
and it goes
it's,
through
the
him and
Acres one.
sticks him in the wall. And he just goes, "Stick around." Done.
Oh,
Done.
God.
Perfect. Done.
That was still bad though.
The thing was that
What is-
it turned it.
Oh my god.
That was the quote that he stopped on the street for. Like everyone, he always thought it'd be like one of the other ones he tried for. That was just something he did off script and just said it when he did it because the dummy he hit stuck to the wall on accident.
Stick around.
Yeah, he just said it.
God.
He just said it, and no one was like,
It's just god fucking damn it.
"I
like
love
how
God."
it's
Damn
gone
it,
from-
Arnold.
Assassin's
I'm
Creed
sorry.
2 puns.
No, I'm sorry. How is that man a governor?
He's well,
Probably.
the governator
Yeah, how? How is he a politician?
because he was
was
the
actually
he was still.
Start and a bodybuilder.
How about the fact that even at that he was still a better choice.
Yeah, that's even funnier, I guess.
I'd love to see him become president.
Oh,
He can't.
I know
but-
he can't because he's in America. He's not an American.
Yeah, he's from Austria.
He's
I'd
Austrian,
love
I
to
think.
see him as president. I would love that.
I
I'd
was
like
elected to
America have a
lead,
I would
not
li-
to
I
read.
would love to have America have a president who can literally snap other people in half.
Or how about just from Predator? Jesse the Body Ventura was also a governor. What? Jesse the Body Ventura. He was a former pro wrestler,
Oh my god, what is wrong with
Just
America?
stop it with your
and he was the
fucking-
governor of what was it, Minnesota?
We don't like vote Jimmy Savile into MPs for obvious reasons.
Oh
But come
god,
on.
no.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
I don't know. What was it? What is it? Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, he would get voted in if he could.
Oh,
Trust,
easily,
people love
easily.
him.
Oh god.
It would be hilarious.
Every
though.
teenage girl would start voting and take interest in politics.
Yeah, illegal voting.
Justin
because
Bieber
voting as well.
El Presidente.
Eh. Wow.
So
Video
the
games,
entire U.S. can get Bieber fever.
Video games. Video games.
Video games. Another thing in news was from EA and people who actually played NHL 2015. So people like me who live in the middle of the frozen north, who actually the only thing my state is good for is hockey. I like hockey.
Hey.
Is that only the reason that that's on the list you gave us, just because of you? 'Cause I don't
No,
think anyone
well, not
else
just
cares
that.
about
It was an
sports.
interesting thing
Yeah,
because one,
seriously.
it's EA. It's EA.
Yo. NBA Jam 2014.
I
Fuck
hate-
you, that's my follower.
Oh, I hate that.
Come on and slam.
I fuck it. I
No,
I love some of those
NBA
games.
Jam, back when it was on Genesis, much better game. 100%.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Snow. NBA Jam is a great game. Why the fuck are you insulting it?
Calm down,
I hate
guys.
you.
Nah,
But,
I think I actually play more American football games than I do football. FIFA
Yeah,
never
my-
interested me, but Madden
No.
actually kind of does.
But NHL
on,
2015 is getting a new update. It got a new update recently that put things back in the game that they had talked about before release, which were taken out originally, which was, stupid.
Wow, rude.
So they brought back playoff mode, so you can actually play in offline tournaments. You don't have to play the actual season. Coach
Ah,
feedback and be a pro mode, which is make your own pro, kind of like make your own character type deal. You can actually have coach feedback. They're also changing their store layout. I'm not sure because I don't have an Xbox One or a PS4 to play this, but. I don't know if that means they're in-game store or if that's like the store in one of the modes, if they're changing the layout there.
Yeah,
It's probably the in-game store.
It's just like, speaking of EA, like not having things in the game. Let's just talk about Sims 4 for a moment. Last
No,
week.
not
Yeah,
again.
it's just
Not
like-
again. I don't make me do my demon baby joke again.
No.
Mommy,
No more demon babies, no.
why won't you love me?
It's the fact is they literally... The Sims 3 was bad, but they have literally cut half that fucking game
Yeah,
just
it's
to
like,
release it as DLC.
Yeah, how can you release a new game? The older one is now cheaper and it has a shit ton of content and has more. Even the base game of Sims 3 had more content than Sims 3. It's like, how do you do that, EA? How do you let that happen? It's like, and they're gonna make money off this regardless, and that's the worst part.
Yeah, of course they will. It's The Sims.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
always going to make money off that game.
Oh, but why would you like almost move like one of the most kind of interesting things they did from like Sims 2 to 3? Like an open world, well, open city or open town, should I say? And now it's Lockmans. It's like that's a step back, not a forward. We have next gen and stuff now, and it's like
It's EA.
you were stepping back. Like,
You mean like
There's your
SimCity?
answer. It's EA.
I'm sorry. Can we talk about SimCity and how they completely destroyed the franchise?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
playing
don't worry,
SimCity 2000 was still a better experience.
We'll get SimCity. We'll get
Or
SimCity
SimCity
again, don't
4.
worry. And it will be worse.
Basically, we'll just get a town, and that'll be about it.
You know what
not
we'll
even a
get,
city.
Sam? We will continue to get Sims games until it's literally you can control the movement of their pinky finger, and that's it. And people will still buy it.
And you just get to watch them do other things.
Yeah, pretty much it. It's an interactive movie. You don't actually get to play anymore.
It's like Pac-Man too.
Yeah, it's Pac-Man 2.
Let's see. Xbox Live. People who have Xbox Live Gold are getting special sales for both the Xbox One and the 360, which include
going on sale?
the oddest thing that I thought was on the 360, the orange box.
That's on sale. I've actually got the orange box on Xbox.
But it's like, yeah, that's on sale. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, you can get for a good price, as well as a few indie games like 1001 Spikes, which
The
at the very least,
Amazing
I do
Spider-Man
recommend 1001 Spikes. It's a very good
I've actually
game.
heard it's good.
It's definitely a good
Yeah.
roguelike.
That looks quite fun.
Yeah, why would they sell your orange box though? I mean, like, Team Fortress 2 is completely useless on console. It's a pointless package. And like, if the only people who are really going to buy it is because they want Portal, most
Yeah,
likely.
Portal
They're
one and
even-
Portal, as well as
Yeah,
Half-Life
it's
2, Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Yeah,
You don't even get the first one.
Nope,
You do,
I
I
don't
think I
believe
do.
that's in the orange box anymore.
I don't have my orange box. I can't check.
Really?
But yeah, it's
I don't.
it's
the orange
something,
box,
I guess.
The orange box. I understand why it was done. It was Valve's way of saying, "Here, consoles, have
Yeah.
something, and then come to PC," and it works.
It did.
Because
I got it because I just wanted to play through
literally-
Half-Life.
They EA. You know what orange box is? It's the EA of Valve. They give you the most stripped down version of their fucking game, or they give you half of a fucking game.
At least they give you a
That's what it
game.
is. It's like Dinklebot is the fucking Fox News of Destiny. You just blindly listen to him and do what he fucking tells you.
That sounds very accurate. actually.
I wanted to make a joke, but I can't remember his stupid name anymore. Let's see, what else do we have? We have MLG. They are making a new arena, a 14,000 square foot arena
See-
in Columbus, Ohio.
I was very confused by this because in the text it's MLC, and I was
know,
like, "Who the
I
fuck's
know.
MLC?"
But yeah, MLG is making
I
a
am
new one.
not
It will it'll add to their MLG studios in New York City, as well as the in development stadium that they're making in China.
I am not interested in anything to do with MLG because
Yeah.
I can tell what they're going to do for the grand opening.
It's
They
Call
are
of Duty
going
Ghosts.
to have a guy. No. They're going to have a dog on a motorbike jump the arena, and the arena will be filled with molten hot Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Oh my god.
I'd go
That's
there
not
wearing a
that
giant dad mask.
To be honest, I would actually watch that.
yeah, I would watch that. That'd be very good.
Yeah, I'd watch that. And the dog wouldn't make it, and the dog would die because 14,000 square foot.
The thing I really like about it, the thing I really like
No.
actually about the fact they're making these arenas now is the fact that it shows the fact that competitive gaming is actually really hitting the mainstream. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's getting its own arenas, and just this is gonna be the third one, which kind of makes it global.
thing just from the the prizes you would get were just ridiculously a lot of money. It's just like I thought it was already like a
see.
mainstream thing.
Well, for
Especially with
instance,
them MOBAs, should I say.
the arena's first event will be Call of Duty Ghost, the Pro League Season 3 playoffs. Okay. But
So we're gonna have 12-year-olds.
well, actually, each team will duke it out for 75 grand. The first place team will take home an automatic 30 grand. I mean,
Whoa, 75 grand. Call of Duty. It's meant to be
I
this
want
big
that money
fucking...
for just playing a shit game. That'd be great.
No, I'm just saying 75 grand for this so-called big game. And back to gaming becoming more mainstream. Dota 2 was shown on ESPN 2, the international finals.
Really?
Fair enough.
Yes, the finals of Dota 2 and the semi-finals were shown on ESPN 2.
Well, to be fair, we have to say ESPN 2 because isn't it like ESPN 15 and a half at this point?
Kinda, but it's the fact that it got shown on TV and a bunch of people were tweeting like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I mean that's
and
great.
Then they all bitched about it, and the Dota 2 International 4 prize pool was, I think it was 10.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So shove that in your face, Call of Duty. Which, if they were showing Call of Duty on ESPN 2, everyone would be like, "Oh, that's Call of Duty." Hell, if they showed Halo, they'd be like, "Oh, it's Call of Duty."
Oh my god, crap.
All right, then we have.
I fucking hate people.
Here's something else.
figured that.
Sony's Virtual World, we also know as PlayStation Home, which was on the PS3, is now closing its doors after 6 years.
Did anyone use that? I remember hearing about it, and that was it.
It
And
was
I never heard people using it.
It was just a giant
anything added
commercial,
to it.
honestly.
It was Sony's way of trying to say we have a Me Plaza like the Wii does, and it
Yeah.
completely fucking failed.
That's it. I remember hearing about it, like PlayStation 3 coming out and stuff, and I was like, it sounded just like they're trying to do avatars and Mii's, basically.
It was,
But then
it was compared
I don't
to like
remember
Second
anyone saying,
Life.
I have this and I use it. It's just like, oh, I can't believe it was still alive, to be honest. And then I hear it's closing down. It's like, well, no wonder.
Yep.
Bullshit.
It will officially shut down on March 31st of 2015. 2015.
1,000.
20,000. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Future. I can see the future.
Oh God.
But it was actually
how-
it came out originally revealed at GDC in 2007. It was pitched as a free Second Life style virtual world, and granted, it didn't look bad, but it was just all it was like, hey, look at all these billboards for all this stuff you'll never use. Like,
I'm sorry.
all it was like
remember,
just sitting on the freeway and you just watch ads on repeat. All it was interactive videos of just, hey, let me sit with all these other virtual people and watch the next trailer for Uncharted 3.
No, that actually reminds me of adverts. And do you remember what's it called, Rainbow Six Vegas 2?
Sure.
Well, when that came out, you have terrorist mode, which is where you basically have to take out, a number of enemies in a location, and you would get cinema, and it would actually have posters for films that were coming out. And the one I remember was The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves, that piece of garbage. But yeah, I remember turning away. Wait a minute, that's an actual movie in my game. And I was like, what? And this isn't exactly a mainstream game as well. I mean, I fucking love Vegas 2. But it was very weird seeing like films of stuff that were coming out at the time. Obviously, after a while, they just stopped doing it because no one was playing the game. So why waste money putting advertising in a game that no one's playing?
Yeah, it was a cool feature, and they need to implement more of this stuff into the game. What I would have liked to see is if they, in that system where they did all these advertisements for games, I think what would have helped that system a lot out is for all these trailers is what you could do is spend maybe a set fee, maybe 10% of what the game would cost, and it would actually play through all of the game's cutscenes, so you could get the story without playing the game, so you could actually have like a virtual movie theater there for your games. Because games like The Last of Us, I couldn't play it at the time because my PS3 was broken, and I didn't have my new one there. But what I did is I just went and watched it, because it was essentially a movie experience, and they could have made money off of this.
Let's
It would
see.
be very dependent on the game as well, because some
but
have
that's what I'm
in-game
saying.
cutscenes.
But
and stuff.
having that as an option, I would have liked that. It would have been a nice feature.
It seems kind of pointless to me, really.
That's because
I mean, if you like you and your PlayStation 3 broken, why did you not just wait and see play it rather than ruin the story for you? Unless you already played through
You mean what, The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Because the gameplay didn't actually look that interesting to me, but the story did.
Gameplay's actually really good. I really like that game.
The cutscenes were fucking glorious.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
essentially, it could have been a movie, so I watched it.
It could have been a movie. It would have been a very great movie.
I did the
But
exact
no,
same
that's the
thing
point.
for Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought it. I played the crap out of that game, but someone had a video that took every single cutscene and stewed it all together into one interactive movie, basically just a movie, and it lasted over 6.5 hours just from the cutscenes.
That's the reason I stopped playing Metal Gear Solid 4. It's just that the half-an-hour cutscenes would completely destroy my momentum for playing that game. I'm bored now. I can't. Like the story's just going on too much.
I
It
was
needs to
enthralled.
integrate gameplay into story, but it just takes it out from me because you play for a bit, then you have to watch half an hour of a cutscene and then gameplay. It's like it was too jarring. They should have had more scenes where you just you're playing the game and you're also getting dialogue thrown at you.
Another game which it's actually still one of my favorite games of all times, and I'm so sad that I can't fucking get it for the PS4 because no backwards compatibility, is Asura's Wrath. Game makes no fucking sense, but it is one of the best visual experiences.
I remember
in the
the
fucking world.
DLC fight for that game. Where you
Yeah,
could
with Ryu and
Ryu, Evil Ryu, and
That's
Akuma.
so cool.
I mean, sure,
Yeah,
it reuses footage, but just changes the models. But still,
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's-
god. You get a guy who will literally laugh at you, drink, and then stab his sword through you and the planet.
which is actually the
Like,
footage
like
they
that game-
reused for the Akuma fight.
Yeah, but it's like that game, it's a visual spectacle that has a good story, and if you don't like QuickTime events, it is one of the best cutscene movies I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Because that's what the game is. It's a lot
They
of just
made it
QuickTime
more
events.
of a sort of like a Devil May Cry though, with that sort of style and stuff. And I think it'd be more interesting because that's kind of what put me off from buying it. Because like I want to play a game. I don't kind of want to watch just cutscenes or do QuickTime events.
No, but that's just it. That's the game which appealed to people. It's essentially an interactive movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean the cutscenes are really great. It's balls to the wall, crazy action, and it looks awesome. But it's like I would love to be involved in this, not just watching it.
Yeah, which is some people's opinions. I'm personally quite happy with just watching things. I tried to marathon a Kingdom Hearts game cutscene-wise.
I've done it.
That will take you 6 years to finish the first game. I'm fairly certain if you add together all of the cutscene timings, that game lasts like 19 hours.
Prime.
Probably.
Yeah?
The Kingdom Hearts 2 comparing the cutscenes from the original to Final Mix. Yeah.
How much more is in Final Mix?
There are a lot more cutscenes in Final Mix than there is in the
I think it
original.
adds about another 6+ hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's actually a game which I was thinking about after watching Moogs going back and playing it. I was thinking of doing a retro day where I go back and play some of the older games. And if I had a capture card, I'd stream straight from my PS2 because I have a working PS2 and a
Very
working
nice.
Kingdom Hearts.
I would
PC
watch
is
that
too,
because
instead.
I think Kingdom Hearts still holds up in gameplay wise as well as 2 and the rest of them, to be honest.
The only Kingdom Hearts that I don't think that hold up well when streaming and or playing them to this day
Chain of Memories.
Chain of Memories, 365 over 2 days,
Yeah.
and
Dream Drop.
Dream Drop Distance / Recoded.
I would only play 1 and 2.
I really like.
I didn't really like the spin-offy ones. I like just
Birth
main
by Sleep was okay. From what I've seen, it's okay.
I really hated most of the characters in Birth by Sleep except Aqua, the female character. She was the best one and the most interesting because the other guys were just really typical. Because you got the angsty guy, Terra, and then you got the what's it called now? The Roxas guy.
I don't know.
Well, you got him he's a bit wide-eyed and stuff, and it's like these characters really annoy me, and I expect a lot of yaoi to be out between those two characters. But Aqua was the only interesting one who made sense, and she wasn't a friggin' idiot, which really made me happy.
Huh. But okay, back to news. Just a quick thing to throw out about Call of Duty again. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is going to have 4-player co-op through its story mode.
Will it have local co-op though, or have they gotten rid of that?
I believe it will have local split screen.
Holy fuck!
4?
I'm fairly certain
Just
that's
2.
like. Did Black Ops even have that? Like Black Ops 2? I'm
No.
fairly
I don't
certain they
think it-
dumped local co-op.
Well, you could play it on the Wii U with the zombies mode and online because you had the Wii pad and the TV.
Yeah. But I'm just throwing that out there now so we can get away from Call of Duty, because otherwise we're going to spend another half hour on Call of Duty.
I'm sorry, chat is still going on.
I
about
know.
Call of Duty.
I know. But we'll move on to Counter-Strike.
Damn it.
Counter-Strike news.
Oh, the zombie mode.
Yes.
Kind of bring it
Well,
into it.
Counter-Strike
Very bad.
Nexon zombies.
I'm sorry.
We're
Oh
into
my
beta.
God.
Is every FPS going to jump on the bandwagon of zombies?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, who's sick of just zombies in general?
Me.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
You know?
I've seen enough.
Actually,
What is it? I've seen enough of
believe-
it to last me a fucking lifetime.
I just don't get why it's like, okay, we have zombies, but like you said, it's first-person shooters that are good
I didn't
zombies.
grab it because the actual
any
trailer
other
looks like
genre.
garbage. I thought
I'll
I
be back in a
grabbed
second.
the trailer for Counter-Strike Nexon, but it looks like garbage.
It's
The
one
beta
place-
actually, it was a open beta up to the 25th, so it's already over. But it was already over before I got to play it. I wanted to
Snow.
try it out at the very least.
Snow. It's literally 1.5 modded.
Yep.
Really, it's like, who cares? It's literally they're releasing it. Is it free? I don't know.
It will be
better be
free. It
free.
will be
Fucking
completely
like
free
garbage.
once it's
But-
complete.
It's literally just, oh hey, we can mod a game that's a million years old. Whoop ding.
Yep.
What doesn't it have? Zombies. Do it.
Yep.
Uh,
Speaking of
Counter-Strike
zombies,
is Do it.
speaking of zombies, we'll talk about Resident Evil.
oh yeah, the Revelations 2. I got
Okay.
the original Revelations.
Well, we
on the
have
3DS.
Okay, it's Revelations, Revelations 2, which will
Yeah.
have Claire Redfield all over again. The thing that gets me is they're
Claire
going to be
Redfield's
releasing
someone else,
it.
though, isn't it?
They're going to be releasing it in an episodic format, similar to the Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us.
That's kind of interesting. No, because the way Revelations 1 played out, it was, you would do something, and then it would end the chapter. So I can actually see why they're doing it with this one, but it's like, depending on how big the episodes are, because will it warrant it? Because the problem I think with The Walking Dead and stuff, even though it's episodic, oh fuck, I can't even speak right now. It's an episode, is that you play it, then you have to wait for ages, and then when you get back to it, you're like, okay, I can't even remember what happened last time. It's like almost pointless sometimes, depending on how quick they come out.
Well,
Yeah.
in the first one, they did the whole previously on Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that's what they did, and it's like I've just literally gone from there to there. I know what happened because I've just done it, so I
Needs
can
to have,
actually
like,
see
a
why
week.
it's happened.
If it's going to be released like that, it needs to be within like a week.
week,
Because I understand
yeah.
a lot of the problems with The Walking Dead. It's just like a month later.
You can't even remember.
It's why I never bother touching those games apart from The
Until
Wolf
they're
Among
all
Us. The Wolf Among Us was the only one I did, and
Well,
that's
that's-
just because
Wolf Among Us-
I'm a really big fan of dark fantasy.
Yeah, but I mean, the Wolfmongers makes less sense to do that because it's it's a what's the word now? A detective sort of thing. You're trying to solve a crime.
Yeah,
so it's
I
even
know.
worse for that. 'cause
No,
you're
but
like,
it's the only one which I bought out of that lot. Like The Walking Dead, I just watched videos of it once it was fully done.
yeah, that's what I did.
But it's I can understand that, and I think about a week of a gap would be good because then it's just like, oh yeah, I remember doing this. It's not
Yeah,
like,
I'm-
did
I'm
I do
just
this?
thinking-
Why are
In
you mad
comparison
at me?
to say The Walking Dead, I don't know how well the episode format is going to work unless there's something cohesive between the two. When it's like a straight up, like here's point A to point B, like pretty linear. I think it's going to be a boring experience. What made the episode format work for like Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead was the
Because there were,
fact
like,
that
actual
there-
episodes of a series, though.
well, it was like, you still had the choice stuff. The choice stuff was good, and the fact that
because you could stick one area for ages, do stuff, and then something happens, and then you're trying to go somewhere else. Then something happens again.
it's not just that. Like you could watch someone play it on YouTube. Everyone probably did, but if it still made you go, well, I actually got it, and now I play it, and your experience can be completely different. And
watching
something
people play,
like
I just like
that, I don't
want
know.
to do other stuff to see what happens, because it's like I'm really curious if these characters live or not. If you do something different, especially watching just one person play through it, and basically it's like one event to me then. But it's like, what if I did something different here? Would the story be different? Would I have different characters to interact with? It's a cool sort of concept that actual decisions have actual consequences, unlike say Bioshock Infinite for one, which didn't have any consequences depending on your picks on, because basically the same thing happens in the end.
Bioshock Infinite. Speaking of Bioshock Infinite,
Complete.
Nice
yep,
segue.
the Infinite. Yes, I know. The Bioshock Infinite Complete Edition will be coming to the 360, PC, and PS3 for $40, which includes both all of the DLC for $40.
I'm not buying.
The game plus
There was
all the DLC for $40. So at least
fairly certain you can get the base game and the actual good DLCs for cheaper than that.
Probably.
maybe.
I just don't. The game does not look good at all.
It has like 2 useful DLCs.
You mean the Bioshock DLC?
Yeah, as in ones which could like actually continue the story and are worth it.
I didn't like it.
And then the others are fucking useless. I can't even fucking play it because every time I try to launch it, I get to the kid handing me a letter and then the game crashes.
The letter is secretly you're a faggot.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's
Moog,
that.
Moog, you know better. Don't use that word, please. Not while it's here.
Oh no, Agent Snow, no.
What is it?
No,
please,
But no,
Moog.
I could see it being a thing which sells for people because a lot of people do like Game of the Year edition and all that stuff. But the DLC for Bioshock Infinite, it was like there's 2 which continue the story, and then there's one which gives you weapons, and then there's one which gives you a horde mode. It's like they're not actually really worth it.
See, I actually played through the original Bioshock on stream, and I forgot how amazing that game just is. But I really hate the second one, and Bioshock Infinite seems almost like the worst, because it's like you're restricted to 2 guns, which is just like why, and there's no interesting like new powers and stuff. They're basically just the same things a few times, it's like different ones. I think there's only like 2 actual new ones, like a shield, and I forgot what another one was. And the story is absolute garbage because it's completely useless in its own like story itself. Because basically, what happens in the end doesn't matter really, because it's going to happen again anyway if you don't know the ending of it.
It's Dark Souls. Everything happens and everything will happen.
Bear of the
universes.
curse.
Bear
No,
of the
because
curse.
they say this event has to happen so we can stop this other event happening. But in their own sort of multi-universe thing, because that's what it's based on, that's why you got Infinite in the title, it will happen again. So it's like the last event is completely irrelevant because everything will still happen in different universes.
But I need to
it's
pay
a
back the
completely
debt.
retarded story.
I need to wipe
What?
away the debt.
That's pretty much the entire point. The entire point of that game is to show you that anything that you do is useless. That's
Yeah,
actually
and then-
the game is designed to deliver a message that no matter what you do in life, it's fucking useless.
But then in the end, something happens which just goes against itself. It's just like, okay, why does this happen then? It's completely stupid. It's really bad. It's like you make something, and then you do something that goes completely against it, and it's an event that's technically really, really bad because it doesn't do anything, and someone dies because of it. And it's just like, okay, that's stupid. Well done, team at Bioshock.
All right.
Yeah.
One last piece of news before we move on to releases. People who like playing MMOs Guild Wars.
It was free for a while.
Yes, Guild Wars 2 is currently free to play, free to download, free to play from the 25th, which would be this last Thursday, until the 1st. So a week. So Thursday to Thursday. It's just before they actually come out with their new DLC, well, kind of a DLC chapter. It's to celebrate that or to get people to play.
See, when I actually heard that story, I was really confused. I was like, isn't it free to play anyway? But you can actually just download it and play for a while.
Yes.
And then I presume you have to buy the actual package. Because I own it. I paid like 26 quid for it.
Yeah,
And obviously, no monthly subscriptions is great.
I pre-ordered that.
I pre-ordered Guild Wars 2, and then I played it for...
I still like Guild Wars 2.
I played it for about 6 months straight, and then I just dropped it.
Oh, at least you did that.
We should all join a server together and
months.
stream it, guys. Make new characters and everything.
It's a very well optimized game. Like, that game would run on shit tier and still run well.
Yeah.
But one of the things I actually realised about Guild Wars 2 was the the sort of like level cap of areas.
Yeah.
So basically, if you were level 30 and you went back to a level 5 area, you would be downscaled to it.
Yeah,
but if you did the
5.
quest there, you would still get really good.
Oh wait, we can go talk about Destiny and how Guild Wars did it first.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to bring it up before, but it kept going on. But yeah, it's just like.
And then we can go back and talk about any fucking MMO that has done it, or any fucking game.
I don't know.
You're ruining my immersion.
Fuck your immersion.
Wow. I actually really enjoyed the jumping puzzles, to be honest, in Guild Wars. That was a lot of fun.
Guild Wars 2 was one of the best games for me because I am a big fan of going and exploring everything, and it rewarded you.
Oh, yeah. They actually, for people who have played it before and got away from it, I cannot remember the name of it, even though that's the race I played, the Plant People. They actually remade them.
I can't remember either.
They're actually in the process, and I believe they may be released at this point, but they are remaking or have remade them, so they look more
like a remodel.
Well, they better fit the world. Because I guess
what in terms like lore, the look of them,
so the Sylvari,
style.
the Sylvari. Thank you, chat.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Sure, our best race. Sorry.
I like being a plant tank.
I like trying to bite you with my teeth.
I'm a plant tank.
I was just the guy, basically.
I am the
warrior.
The other thing I really liked was being the paladin class. I had the human paladin.
Defender? Isn't that it? Or something like that?
Yeah, just so I could use a torch.
Yeah.
I can breathe
You
fire.
Oh, there you go.
The fucking that class made no fucking sense to me because you'd use this big two-handed fucking great sword, and you just do the weirdest fucking attacks with it. And then I started playing a Mesmer, and it was like, I use this giant great sword, and what do I do with it? Shoot fucking laser beams.
Lasers.
That sounds awesome.
You don't
Laser
actually
beam?
swing the sword; it just floats in front of you and then fires laser beams.
That's sick. Why did I not pick this class?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I played a fucking warrior, so essentially, mine was to do with more with weapons than abilities.
How about
because
I'm gonna be a
abilities is
warrior,
just you've got a punch.
two-handed sword, then I'm gonna slash 1,000 times and kill everything because it was broken.
Yep, 1,000 or 100 strikes.
Yeah.
Swing in front of you 1 billion fucking times and destroy anyone.
It had to be nerfed 6 times in PvP before it stopped being overpowered.
It was great. You could have the defenders taunt people and then have everyone lock them down so they were CC locked, and you just get 2 warriors to use 100 strikes together, and you would insta kill their entire team.
Or just
I did it with my friends multiple times.
Yeah, or just charge the knockdown. It was a great combo for it.
And then you just have one warrior who went Juggernaut to stack CC.
Okay. Oh, a couple of things in news I actually read this morning that were interesting, or just over the week. People who played Street Fighter 4 Ultra will be getting a new mode sometime this year called Omega, which is just, even though you won't be able to do anything for Evo for it, it's definitely just a fun mode because It's like the Brawl Minus of Street Fighter. Like, let's just make everything overpowered.
Doesn't it add new movesets to some
Yes.
characters as well?
Let's
which is kind of
see.
interesting, especially for a fighting game. Like
How
that.
about a spin kick from Ken that launches Hadokens?
Yeah, I've seen that.
One-handed Sonic Booms.
Sonic Boom.
Like,
Sonic
he
Boom.
can chain them. It's an actual chain combo of just launching Sonic Booms at, like, double the speed of a regular one.
Please.
The only fighting game that I'm really looking forward to at the moment is Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat 10, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 10. Mainly because the fucking trailer for that thing is insane. It is so good.
And now
I've never really
now I'm
gone to the
gonna
Mortal Kombat
break
series.
everyone a little bit and make you all cry, especially Americans. Activision to adapt the controversial A&E show Duck Dynasty into a video game
Oh God.
for the 360,
Why?
Xbox One, PS3, PS4, and 3DS.
I gets to be a redneck, ma.
I don't even know.
Fuck.
There's even a trailer. I'm not even gonna play it. It blows my mind and it makes me disgusted.
Why would you do such a thing?
But at least,
So we're not going to get it over here, are we?
likely,
We're kind of
yes.
safe, are we?
No, you'll never be safe.
We'll stand near
You
the
see,
borders. And
first
just
we'll
wait to
get you
see
with
the
our
boat.
American football, and next they'll get you with the Duck Dynasty
Football!
and Honey Boo Boo. Honey Boo Boo.
Oh no! Go away! Fuck off! No, I don't need this. So messed up.
Okay, here's a piece of actual news that I thought was actually interesting. GameStop is
Okay.
trying to work with game developers to
and
sell
used DLC.
used console DLC.
Yeah, because they're doing it with the Skylander toys, which is that Spyro
Yeah.
spin-off, where you actually have to get toys and stuff. And I'm sure there's an Disney Infinite, where you have to get like the actual figures, and then you use a little thing to put them in the game. And now Nintendo are doing that with the Amigo, is it?
Yeah. It's not just that. It's just like downloading DLC, like Call of Duty DLC crap. Like you actually had to buy, and wanting to be able to sell that. Like it's
Yeah, but that's
used.
what I thought. It's like, would it be a card maybe? You know, like also when you get a code, or would it be actual physical disc? Because you can sometimes get expansion packs or DLC that comes in like a physical sort of thing, like the Elder Scrolls, Shuriken Islands.
The main issue is they'd have to have partnerships with all of these, major companies. I mean,
yeah, and
You can't have codes because then it would just count as a reusable code.
yeah, but they might get it, and then they go to. Well, I guess if they could go sell it, and then
I think
yeah,
I think
yeah,
the way
they
that it
put
would have to be done is if you could sell used DLC, you had to sell it you'd have to sell it as the disc itself comes with DLC. As
Yeah,
in they can
it's-
have this little thing which when they get handed DLC, they then ring up the company and they're like, yeah, we need DLC for this code, blah 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 blah. You agreed with this, then they exchange it for a new code, and then that gets labeled onto that disc.
So if that actually were, do you think we would be seeing a lot more physical DLCs in stores then? Because obviously
But you
we
can
do
only-
it basically all online
but
now.
you can only get it if you have GameStop's power-up card.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
It would be an interesting thing to do, but I still think it's a kick in the teeth to fucking PC gamers because we can't fucking do shit with old games that we don't want anymore.
No,
Well, that's
not at the
right.
moment.
You got
But
a
at the
game
same
for free and
time,
you
we
couldn't even give it
we have Steam, so you can look at your library like, I have so many games I've beaten.
I have
Yeah.
37,000 games. I have 100 installed.
I
And I only played two of those.
I only have like 200 in my library, 200 plus.
I have, I think, 150 in mine, and I have.
I'm better than
9
you.
Installed. I have 9 installed.
I've got like 50 some installed.
I've
But
got
that's
48
because
games
I've got like I
fucking,
have
yeah.
4 hard drives.
Let me look. It's not a fucking hard drive issue. It's just I don't fucking want them.
Fair enough.
Well, that's
It's games
what-
which is just like, okay, I play this once. Okay, I'm never going to touch it again. Like, let's see, Tiny and Big and Grandpa's Leftovers. Played it once, never touched it again.
Needs more Five Nights at Freddy's.
That game does not scare me. It's giggle.
No, it's
Exactly.
it's silly.
It's pretty.
I
it's
find it more
game.
interesting what the internet has done with Five Nights at Freddy's. Some twisted. Is it Rule 36 maybe?
Oh God, no!
Yeah, they've
Rule
done it.
34.
They've done it. It's too late now. They've got their hands on it.
Oh yeah.
It's a thing.
Best thing I've ever seen is someone dressed up as Foxy, the one with the hook, in pantyhose.
Oh God, no! Why,
And
Snow?
no,
Why the mental image? Why?
just strutting around like swiggity swoogity.
No, speaking of, obviously, we're talking about DLC. How the Crown of the Ivory King was delayed from the 24th to.
So happy.
the
I'm
30th.
fucking happy to see that. I'm fucking happy to see a delay because you know what that means? They're looking at it and they're going, there's something fucking wrong and we've got to fix it.
Yeah, I want to know what's made them do that though, because
It's probably either game-breaking bug or they've realized everyone will hate us if we fuck this up.
Everyone will hate
Yeah,
us if
pretty
we include Smelter 3.0.
No, Fuck you, Snow. I want Green Smelter and Heart Smelter so I can create Captain Planet.
You mean Smelter Planet?
Yeah.
Oh no.
The one thing I'm
what I
interested
want.
in is the patch notes, which are on Reddit. You can find them if you like. The fact that they're adding
I'll
an
get them.
additional weapon, and I've been going on about this all week, but I'm going to do it again. I want this. They're adding an additional item that will be able to be traded in for the Smelter 2.0 soul, which means I want.
fucking spent the soul.
Huh?
God damn it.
Do we have it in other characters?
I want a blue
No.
Smelter sword.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
not
be
for the
interested
color.
in
It's so
seeing
that
blue.
my Smelter build can switch the weapon. Because if it has the same damage type as the blue Smelter, because that doesn't do fire damage, it does magic
That's
damage.
100% magic damage.
Yeah, so if the Smelter sword can deal magic
I think
damage
it'd be a
instead of fire, it'd be nice.
I think this would be a cool thing to do with it is have it like his sword. If it does its 50% 50 or whatever it is, the combo is 60-40 of magic and fire. And then have it as you can like L2 buff it like you do a Defender's Greatsword or a Watcher's Greatsword and have it turn into 100% magic damage like his
That'd
sword
be really
does.
cool though.
That'd be interesting.
Have it as a activatable mode.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
surprised they didn't do that with the first one anyway, because it's just like a weird burst fire. Yeah, it's just like you would expect to have it like the Defender or the Watcher, where they actually self buff it, which would make it a bit more interesting because you could have a sort of pyro ultra greatsword build with it.
Yep.
All right.
So I'm just trying to find it.
Now, done with that, let's talk some releases that are coming out this coming week.
Joy.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
we've got the DLC coming out, which
Oh,
is probably the
yep.
only thing I'm interested
We
in.
have Dark Souls,
Serious.
the Dark Souls 2 Crown of the Ivory King, which is coming for PC, 360, and PS3 on the 30th.
The PlayStation 3 gets it on
PlayStation
the
3.
on the
October
first.
Oh yes, they
They
get
get
it
it
on the
daylight.
first. So
They've
sorry,
also,
PS3
Smash
gamers,
Bros.
you're
coming for
kind of
3DS.
screwed again.
Smash Bros.
IL2
for 3DS.
Stormovic Battle of Stalingrad. It's coming to PC on the 28th.
A
Which-
flight sim.
Yep, a flight
Looking
combat.
forward to that.
Outland. It's coming to the PC on the 29th. Which
Wasn't
is,
that game out like for 2 years now, like on PlayStation 3 and Xbox? I'm pretty sure of it.
could be. I don't know much about it.
If I want to search it looked like the platformer where it's like you change colours from blue to red
Yeah,
and they have
that's
different
it.
properties. And I was just like, that can't be that game. And when I checked it, I was like, is it? Why this
It is
late
that
in
game.
its sort of history? It's like 2 years late. Who's going to be interested in it? It's such a weird and random thing to just happen suddenly.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor.
Yep.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
that kind of looks.
Middle
That is a
Earth,
game which I'm
Shadow of
interested in.
Mordor, which is getting a lot, and I'm gonna play a little trailer about it. But
It's
yeah,
a game which I'm actually... It's probably the only other game apart from Dark Souls 2 on this list which I'm interested in.
Not even Smash. Come on, Smash. Smash is it.
I don't have a Wii U or a fucking 3DS. I give
Well,
no
go get
fucks.
one crime, just suck a little cock
I
here
want
and there,
fuck,
you'll be
I need
fine.
rent. I need rent, you know, motherfucker.
but yeah,
Well then, suck a little cock for rent.
Yeah, exactly. Moogleh knows.
wow.
Of course, Moogleh knows.
But Shadow Mordor is coming to the
here and there, and you'll be fine.
Shadow Mordor is coming to the PC, PS3, PS4, and the Xbox One on the 30th.
The X-Bone.
Boom.
It's actually a game which, as pretty as it would look on PC, that I might pick up on the PS4 just so I have something else to play.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna have a terrible port anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
we get screwed over when it's games like
Well, controller anyway, most likely.
Maybe.
Yeah. But still, it's like even running issues.
So
Just
you can never guarantee if a game is on console and PC that its PC controls are going to be good.
I mean, that's true, but hey, I can dream.
You can dream, and you will wake from your nightmare crying and sweating when the game is fucking shit. Or for the port-wise, I mean. I'm just saying, like, I do not have faith for games which release on console and PC together.
Yep. Usually kind of a bad port. I mean, remember Dark Souls 1, guys? That's probably one of the, I think it's probably one of the worst ports I've ever seen. Well, that I've actually played. It's like you need outside source to get it working.
Prototype.
Oh, was that
Prototype and Prototype 2 had some of the worst ports I had ever seen.
Why was it just how it ran the controls?
How it ran and the control scheme, it was literally unplayable. It was literally unplayable, and even on PC where you can have graphical options, they decided to not opt for it. So you had 1080p, but what they did is they upscaled it to 1080p.
Oh, upscaling.
What you had was HD shit texture.
Wow.
Like, you could make out every texture, and you could see that every single one was just a fucking blurred line.
Hey,
It was
Hey,
just
look.
absolute shit.
look at the skin texture. Why is
Oh,
it stretching?
It's like that's the only game where I've actually looked at it and I've gone, this is the worst port than Dark Souls and Darksiders. Actually, Darksiders, the original, the keyboard and mouse controls were near impossible to play with the fucking.
Oh, I know Crime. I played until almost like the end of the game, and I was like, nope, can't do this anymore. My hands hurt.
And what else have we got going out this week? Well,
Tulpa.
Coming on to PC. Oh,
Tulpa is coming out for the PC, Linux, and Mac on the 30th, which is a puzzle game.
I've
Puzzles.
never heard of it.
Not
Yeah.
my thing.
And I got Googling it got me pictures of like an orgy or something like that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Falling,
Don't search it, people.
Falling Skies, the game.
What?
Has come.
Why is it called
serious?
the game? Is it a book?
I don't know.
It's a sci-fi series, if I recall.
It's coming to PC, PS3, 360, and Wii U on the 30th. It is.
Oh,
I finally have games to play on my fucking
okay.
Wii U. Woo!
Yeah.
Let me. Okay,
Yeah,
here's what it is. It's. Oh crap! Now I can see the art, but now I can't see the name. I just thought about it.
Good job, Agent Snow.
Yeah, I know. I'm the best. What the heck is that thing? Where you basically make your own squad members. You're fighting alien threats.
XCOM.
XCOM. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name. But yeah, it's basically Falling Skies. The game is basically XCOM Enemy Unknown.
But probably
But
not.
like
it
that.
might be a good game.
It's a TV series game. I wouldn't have high hopes for anything that has that sort of connection.
Let's get your nerdism up, even though you've probably played it 15,000 times with all the many other releases it's had. Metal Slug X is coming to the
I've been a fan of Metal
PC,
Slug.
and it's Metal Slug.
I've literally never been a Metal Slug fan, and
I
never
love
will
Metal.
be.
I played the crap out of Metal Slug back in the arcade days.
I just love the sprite artwork. It looks so good,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
like, with the bigger enemies. It looks incredible. It's like I want to be the artist behind this game because everything looks so amazing.
I just
Especially
remember,
with,
like, even from like the original, I would just go every time shotgun, heavy machine gun, grenade. Like they speak it and it just sounds so manly. It's like this is like an American '80s action movie as a video game. That is Metal Slug.
That's Broforce, though.
It's before
Broforce, though.
Broforce. It came up before Broforce. Because
No,
this is
it
Metal
didn't.
Slug X. The original Metal Slug X
that's
came
not
out in
been a
like
few
'93.
No, it didn't. I'm right.
What?
Fuck you, you're so wrong.
No, the
Right,
original
right.
Metal Slug X came out.
I'm fairly that's like a 2000s, isn't it?
Is it the 2000s? But like
I'm
the
fairly
original
certain,
Metal
like,
Slug.
the
Oh, I'm
Metal
thinking of the
Slug.
original. The original Metal Slug came out in like '96.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they did it before Broforce. So eat a dick.
It's 18 years old, Metal Slug, man.
Metal Slug is older than me.
The only thing I don't like about Metal Slug is that every single game kind of feels the exact same as the rest.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's always a problem.
Yeah, I mean you're always fighting, giant space Hitler.
Metal Slugs?
Metal
No, that's
Slug.
the tank you have.
I played like 2 of those and it couldn't keep me.
It was actually funny because when the StarCraft 2 level editor thing came out, someone made a mod for Metal Slug that to put Metal Slug in StarCraft 2 using all their models.
Wow, that's pretty great.
Yeah, even use
That
their
reminds me
audio.
of- Yeah, that reminds me of all like the people who do really cool things with the Trials games. You know, the bike ones.
Yeah.
2D. They can do some crazy shit with like the character, like make in games. You know, a meta game. It's just so crazy.
That's why I really liked Halo 3 when they introduced the being able to build your own maps. Oh my god, that was great, and the amount of customization you could do.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that became a big thing with games where they actually put in source tools for modding.
Yeah, and then they even use. Like,
It's why I'm really
people to
happy
make
with the Steam Workshop.
Oh yeah.
Being integrated with most games. I mean, hell, Bethesda is essentially they give you a game and say, "Here's our fucking modding tools. Make our game for us."
Basically,
They half-ass a game and let the community do it for them.
they let them add new stuff and fix their game.
Yeah.
And,
Assassin's Creed, we talked about that earlier.
yeah, the Birth of a New World. It's called the American Saga Collection.
Yeah, which is coming to PC, PS3, and 360 on the 30th, which includes Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, and Liberation HD.
That's kind of interesting. It's not coming out on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, considering that Assassin's Creed 4 was on both of those. I guess they couldn't be bothered porting it over.
I
as
guess
well.
they won't be I guess the reason why is simply because they're not backwards compatible, so they're not going to port over 3.
Yeah, 3 and
Yeah.
Liberation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, Liberation. Yeah.
Then we have Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is coming to the PS3 and 360 on the 30th.
me.
Well,
Persona 4's sick though. The
well,
reason I love
it's the Persona 4 Arena, which is made by Arc System Works, which is that's Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, and I would play the crap out of that if I saw a working PS3.
I'd buy it.
Yeah,
Persona.
No, I'm actually considering buying it because it's like my brother got the other one previously and it looked so good. It's like really sort of like easy to get into but really hard to master. Which I prefer as a
Ultimax
game
is going to
style.
have, I think, 4 to 5 new characters at least,
That's always good.
as
I'm
well
hoping-
as changeable move sets or like selectable specials.
I'm
Bitch.
sorry, but it's anime.
Tried to
I don't want
no.
So it'll be interesting. I'd look forward to playing it. Natural Doctrine
Snowflake.
is coming to the
I don't know.
PS4, PS3, and Vita on the 30th.
Oh, hello, Mr. Snow. You invited me to your podcast. Can I actually talk now?
What?
No, get back in the corner and keep begging.
No!
Also, I
That's
couldn't
not
hear
something
hear that you were talking.
I'm doing your job for you.
Anyway,
Take off that horrible
what-
fucking accent.
Yeah.
What
Move?
accent?
What, mate?
Did I have an accent?
What, Moogle, mate?
I'm gonna
Kupo?
fucking cut everyone.
What did we do?
Start talking.
You asked to
Fine.
talk. What were you saying, Moog?
In Ultimax, they've added actual characters from Persona 3,
Mhm.
but they're not adding the pro tag, the Persona 3 pro tag.
The guy with like
Well,
black
you mean the one
sort
that's
of
dead?
messy hair.
He's not dead. That's the thing. In Persona 4, Elizabeth replaced whatever. He's not dead.
Plot.
Yeah, basically. But Adachi is a DLC character, so
God,
Ding.
no!
Well, ding.
What? I
Adachi.
don't understand.
Adachi.
Adachi is the main villain from Persona 4.
Well, technically
He's basically the main villain. He's basically that for the better part of the game.
Yeah, he is a DLC character.
I don't know how to feel.
I'll stay away from all of the anime.
Okay. Moving on, before my brain hurts. Nocturnal
Seriously?
Doctrine is coming to the PS4, PS3, and Vita. Which is... It's an RPG.
Oh.
You know,
It's made by, I think, the guys who did the, is it Sega or something like that on the PlayStation? What's it called? It's got the animus in it. Yeah,
it's definitely got... It's very heavy on the animu.
It's heavy animus.
Yeah, they said...
keep me away.
Yeah, it's by the same people that made the Sega, like, which are really popular sort of, kind of Final Fantasy Tactics sort of style game. You sort of got the grid and stuff, and then you can move your piece, whatever.
Anime.
Okay, Invisimals, The Lost Kingdom is coming to the PS3.
Is that about invisible animals?
No, it's basically a PlayStation version of Pokemon.
Yeah.
All I can think is Animorphs, if you remember those books.
And apparently they're.
But yeah, it's
Invisibles
as far as I can tell, hey, there's like 140 of them. Catch them for their different abilities. Like, this sounds even more and more like Pokemon.
Oh my god, please.
I'm looking at
You are asking for a lawsuit.
Invisimals: The Alliance is coming to the Vita. It's basically the same game, but different name. It's another Invisibles game.
They are literally asking for a lawsuit. They're going, hey, Nintendo, sue us.
Castlevania X Rondo of Blood is coming to the Wii U Virtual Console on October 2nd.
That's actually that's because one of the SNES Castlevanias was meant to be this, but it was like a PC port, which is really bad, and they changed a lot of it.
Yeah, that would be Dracula X.
That one.
I've actually never played Castlevania, so I'm not terribly interested in that.
I am. I mean, I love Castlevania.
They need
I'm sure
to make a new good side-scrolling one, because the 3DS ones didn't look good at all.
I love old Castlevanias. So I had to rephrase. The very first game I ever really got hardcore into was Castlevania 4. So, and the original Castlevania on my NES. I still have my original Castlevania cards hiding around somewhere.
I've actually got Castlevania 1 and 3 on my 3DS.
We just ignore the fact that 2 even exists.
But yeah, 2. What, 2? Oh, what? Sorry?
What? What? A terrible time to have a curse? What?
Yeah, let's just skip that. And then we've got the next release, which is Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS only on the 3rd of October, and I'm fucking hyped for this game.
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
Who you got a main, Snow?
I'm looking at Charizard, Ganondorf, Ike,
Bullshit.
Little Mac, and possibly Link.
I'm sorry, it's bullshit that they brought Charizard over as his own thing and not Pokemon Trainer.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, up the butt, okay, Charizard!
I'm fucking disappointed that they didn't keep, Pokemon Trainer. I fucking loved Squirtle.
Squirtle's awesome.
Sorry.
I always liked Absorbing Ivysaur with Kirby, because I loved the B attack. It was so good.
Yeah. Like, I think it's actually really disappointing that they brought that character over and then just kept it as just Charizard when they fucking decided to add 6 Fire Emblem characters.
You got
Ike, Marth, you got 2 people from the new one on the 3DS, I think. So that's 4 Fire Emblem characters.
Which
doesn't
make sense. I mean, they didn't even keep Solid Snake.
Oh, I know. I'm disappointed in that. I'm just like,
I was fine. I loved that. Was one of the major things I loved about Brawl, and Brawl was actually one of the games which I actually really liked Brawl. Not from a competitive standpoint, but from these characters are actually really good, and the fact that you had fucking Snake.
And
you could just hide in a fucking box.
Snake is DLC.
I do realize that we all will have to. Everyone will have to main Palutena at least once.
Why?
Because of one thing, and I'm going to post it in chat so everyone else can understand where we're coming from. Because...
Put the hell over, that bitch
got like a secret combo.
Pull over, that ass too fat. Pull over, that ass too fat.
Is this what I think it is? Oh,
No,
God.
I'm gonna purposely not
God
play
damn it,
now.
Snow.
actually, one of her taunts is she puts her pole into the ground and spins around like a stripper.
Oh yeah, she does a stripper pole thing. It's like,
Yes.
great.
So I have...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I have to mention it.
No, it's
I'm
like,
sorry.
people
it's
I
not
want to
Captain
make is like,
Falcon. It's not Captain Falcon. Show me your moves. So I don't
They actually
fucking
made
care.
him... he's actually faster. How about the fact that Falcon Punch is actually fast enough that it can be actually used properly in
Falcon
competitive?
Punch is viable, and it's a good.
Does Falcon Punch actually go faster than him saying Falcon Punch now?
He actually... Well, he says it actually go, Falcon Punch! Like, there's no
Yeah.
space in between. Not like...
'Cause that's all I remember from Melee is it's just like Falcon 6 years later. Punch!
Yeah, he actually
But it
will
would
say
fucking
it pretty
destroy
qui-
people.
pretty quickly.
It would
There's
destroy
actually a
people.
video out there of online in their For Glory where it's actually a match ender against Falcon versus Fox, and Falcon punched him off. It's glorious.
That's the way. That's the way to finish the match. But what
Heck
was
yeah, it's swag.
I haven't really looked that much into Smash Bros. Simply because I don't have the consoles to play them on, so I haven't been keeping up with them much. Is Meta Knight still in the game?
Yes,
Yes, he is.
He came back.
Okay. Will he be top tier again?
He's strong, but he's not nearly as stupid as he was in Brawl.
Yeah, because he wasn't Meta Knight literally banned.
Yeah, because he was
exactly.
too good, because all of his moves had like next to no recovery frames.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man. I remember when Brawl
they've
shitty
made-
online when I played against a guy, and all he did was the normal B spin attack, where you just spin around. But I was Kirby, so I just swallowed him and then did the exact same thing to him, and I won. And I was like, yeah, you deserve it, you piece of shit.
They actually made like the slow ass characters, like say Bowser and Ganondorf, or even say Ike. They're faster now. They're
Wait,
about
is
what
Ganondorf back?
Ganondorf is a god.
Oh shit, my man is back.
He
I used
still
to
has
just
Captain
love
Falcon's
just
moveset.
picking people.
Oh,
I
that's a
fucking.
shame.
what
He
is
still
it?
has
I
the
love
Falcon
just
moveset,
picking them up.
but he's
Oh.
faster to the point where he's still a man. He also has he has the swaggiest move in the game. Because there's alterations, like all the moves are standardly the same as Captain Falcon, but they have different effects. The side B, if done from the air, is the swaggiest thing you will ever see. He will grab you and slam both himself and his opponent into the ground. Okay, if done from the air. Do that over a pit, it's instant death for both characters. You can't get out
Just
of
the
it.
same as swallowing someone as Kirby, then just walking off the edge
Yeah,
and
or-
killing them with yourself.
Yeah, or the Donkey Kong grab.
I'm sorry.
Bro.
I loved playing Ganondorf in Brawl simply for the choke hold into explosion.
Yeah, that's awesome. That one.
Just pick them up near the edge, choke them, and blow them up.
Oh,
you're
that's exactly what happens. But now if you do it from the air, he'll do the whole grab animation, but he will launch you both at meteor speed to the ground.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I fucking loved Ganondorf simply because he was shit because he was so slow. But if he landed one fucking hit, he would build your bar up so fucking much.
Oh yeah. So
He was one of the guys which, if you were above 100% and he fucking clocked you, you were dead.
It seems like they've put a lot more sort of focus into making it a much more competitive game this time around. Especially with the Omega forms of every stage. It's basically where it makes it Final Destination. No items. It's just one platform, except you can have it on every map to get the background and the cool platform itself.
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, and speaking of Pro, when the game launches, the very moment it launches, Nintendo is doing a global American tournament through GameStop. You can go there for 64-man tournaments the day after it launches. If you don't even if you don't own the game, you can go to these locations. It's on Nintendo's Brawl site. You can go to these locations, sign up for the tournaments. The winners of these 16 different tournaments, there's only 16 stores in the U.S. that are taking part. Yay. But the winners will go to the Nintendo store in New York City for the final, and the winner will get a big old trophy, some money, I don't remember the amount, as well as a Victor robe.
A Victor robe?
Yeah, the same thing they did of... they did like at E3.
God fucking damn it.
Wow.
Why?
Because I could.
Loads of money.
I could see it coming up and just you hitting the keyboard over the mic.
But that's something. At least
yeah.
Nintendo is taking like, oh yeah, people like Smash Brothers. They're gonna try and play
That's
it.
like their only esport game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true actually.
So it's about
Like,
time
I mean-
Nintendo finally starts to get on the bandwagon.
Do
I
you
mean,
actually think...
Pokemon sort of has it, but it's like in Pokemon, it comes down to there is like you have to run this one team, and then you run this one counter team, and that's it.
No, that's not true, because like
That is true.
Pokemon World, the Pokemon World Tournament just happened, and someone just kind of came out with a. For anyone who plays Pokemon, I'm just going to say names. A Pachirisu that no one expected, who tanked a Draco Meteor and just it blew everyone's mind.
See, I can't get into like the competitive
Fucking
side of
special.
Pokemon. Too much for me.
Special defense Pachirisu.
Yeah, it's just
What the
what?
fuck?
There's just the Pachirisu. Just it blew everyone's mind. It's even got fan art. It was so mind blowing.
Okay, but that's fine. But like, it's never going to be this big esport game that Smash can be. Because
well, no,
Smash is
definitely
a fighting
not.
game.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
but it is, at least it is there.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'd like to see. Oh, sorry.
No,
Go on.
continue.
I'd like to see Smash get more of a acceptance with some of the more hardcore players, because pretty much every hardcore player will just. I feel with the new one, I feel a lot of them are still going to be. It's not melee. Meh.
Yeah.
Melee's better.
But the thing
I
is,
wish
I
their
think-
community would accept the newer games more.
Melee is
no one.
a million
I
times
think the
better.
reason everyone went to Melee and stuck with Melee because Brawl was trash for competitive.
Yeah, Brawl may have been trash for competitive, but the fact is they don't accept it as a fucking game. It's like,
Well,
Yeah.
when you have tripping.
Yeah, tripping is the only thing in Brawl I think really ruined it, because that's just stupid.
Well,
It's like,
tripping
I can fall
and
over
the fact
and
that
get
air
hit.
dashes were dumb. Air dashes. Air dashing in Brawl was stupid. It made no sense.
No, I understand them not wanting to accept it because it was a shitty game.
Yeah.
But the fact
I think
is
that's
that,
why
you
everyone's
literally-
stuck with
You talk to a
Melee.
hardcore Smash fan, and it's just like that game never existed.
Well, if you had the choice,
no,
would you
no,
ever
it-
think
it
that Brawl
was not
existed?
made in the idea
No.
of competitive. It was meant to
No.
be more casual, and that's what kind of ruined it.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
why I think what they're doing is with the handheld. I think the handheld is meant to be more casual, and the Wii U is meant to be more competitive.
Well, that's what.
Right.
There's obviously a reason why they're bringing the the GameCube adapter out of it, because it's like there's
Yeah.
no way that they don't want to use the GameCube controller for Smash, because it's just the best controller you can have for it.
I love the GameCube controller.
I know it's perfect.
It is.
So good.
It was. It was
the
a
button layout is even perfect, because you got your fingers just resting on A button, and then you can slightly move to hit all the other ones around it. It's genius.
Or how about the fact that your thumb is like the perfect location for C stick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just too good.
It was pretty good. I think for
It was
Brawl,
pretty good.
I
I just admitted that it was like the greatest controller ever, but it was pretty good. I guess.
good.
No,
It was
it's-
okay, I guess.
even in Brawl on the Wii, I didn't use the GameCube controller. I just used Wii Pro.
I use nothing but the GameCube controller. I will not play it any other way. It's
I
too
play
good.
I played the Wii Pro controller. Like I still have my GameCube and I still have my controllers. It's just, it doesn't. Maybe if I got newer ones, but they just don't feel as good.
Right.
Like the button layout is fine, but they don't feel as good. They feel heavy and just a bit shit.
But all right, we have 2 more releases to go. We have Forza Horizon 2, which is coming to the
Fucking
Xbox
racing
One
game.
and
It's gonna be the same
360
as
on the 30th of September.
It's going to be every other Forza game.
Yep,
Yeah, pretty much.
it's Forza.
It's a racing game. It's like FIFA or Madden or NBA or any of that shit. It's going to be the same game with updated lists.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Prime, did you see the graphics? Oh,
What do you
so
mean the
good.
graphics?
Okay,
that
I'm
we were
sorry.
lied
Forza
to
has
were
now
just like
become the
this-
Call of Duty of cars.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm sorry, but
Wait,
did
waiting
anyone
for
see the actual-
waiting for Forza 3 zombies.
Was it well, I think it was Forza Horizon 1 where they showed a demo off at E3 and it was just like, okay, we're going to have these graphics, right? And they showed this crowd and like every person in the crowd was animated and everything like that. And then they go to the live release and it's just one of those like GIFs played over and over again of just like 3 people moving.
Am I
out of
playing
just
the
8.
N64? Is this
Yeah,
Mario
pretty
Kart?
It's essentially that's what it was. Like it was essentially just a painted background with like 3 people moving.
Uh-huh.
And
I think
it was
the
just, like,
racing games, there are actually a few games like that. There's a game that this company is working on, an indie game that is based on Daytona USA, which was back on.
Daytona.
Yeah, but they're making it in that cell shaded graphic style.
What?
Yes,
A cel-shaded racing game?
yes.
That's actually interesting.
With like
Yeah,
the
that's
big.
kind of interesting.
The cars themselves are actually like the big, chunky Daytona USA cars. Like they're made to look that way, as well as the fact that you'll be able to slide, like actual sliding physics. For like, I'm gonna hit the handbrake type thing, with smoke,
That's pretty
smoke and
neat.
everything, and super cell shade. It's nice.
It's like
Yeah,
racing games were really good. Like the Need for Speed Most Wanted era, racing games got really good, and then they just hit a peak, and then they just stopped.
And then
And
every
they've
game became,
they've never got better, and they've all stayed the
and
same.
then every
or got
game became
worse.
NASCAR.
Yeah, it's like ugh. I think the only reason why I ever bought Forza, I think it was Forza 4, was because I could play football with cars.
Football.
No, I could play
Football?
football.
The only game I liked that had a soccer or a football theme to it is Phantasy Star Online. Because there
Are
was
you
a,
telling me you didn't play like the Mario Pro Strikers game? I fucking played the shit out of that.
I never
I
played
actually
those.
recently was able to play the GameCube version. I was like, oh my god, this is actually really good. It's so arcadey and so it's simple to play, but it comes like really competitive when you do it with your friends. It's really good, Mario Striker Football.
I love the Mario sports games, like the Mario Basketball and the Mario Football. Oh my god, they are so good. Playing that is
pretty
just like fucking Donkey Kong playing a basketball game.
And then we have one last one, Chariot, which is coming to the PC, Xbox One, PS4, and the Wii U on the 1st of October, which is a physics platformer.
Yeah, you explained this one before.
Physics. So
That
it's
it's like
Paul.
you actually you move around with a chariot that's sentient or something like that.
Yeah,
Is it Portal?
no.
I'm sorry, I hear physics platformer. That's what I think of.
No, it's physics like with strings and weight.
Ah, okay, so that kind of physics. Not
Yeah.
science physics.
Science.
That is part of physics. All
Science.
physics is science physics.
No, it's not Portal physics of I can shoot my spooge all over this wall and suddenly I can shoot my gun onto it.
Okay, there is one last thing I
Portal
would
physics.
love to talk about, though, today. Even though it doesn't release for a few more weeks, I know a few people here who loved the games. There is a trailer that was recently released for the new Borderlands, the prequel.
Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
The
Get it right.
pre-sequel, I'm sorry.
The pre-sequel.
But it did
So
get
it's I'll be
I'll be
A new
waiting on that
trailer?
game to buy it with the,
I mean,
with the,
which explained a lot of what's going on with the game. It releases in 2 weeks. Gave a new trailer explaining where you're going. The new Vault Hunters. You can play as Claptrap this time.
you can play as Wilhelm, which is interesting.
You play as Wilhelm, and which all have like the new class types as well. They also added 2 new weapon types. Well, let's see. What is it? New cryo stuff. You can actually freeze your opponents into blocks of ice and then destroy them.
That's pretty neat.
And then laser shotguns.
I've been waiting on Borderlands simply because I believe I will probably wait on the entire pre-sequel to buy it as a Game of the Year Complete Edition. It's what I did with the second one.
The one thing I really like, and they showed it as a good feature, that there's actually going to be more banter with the characters.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's just going to be random banter no matter what.
That's better. I never got into Borderlands. I played the first one and I was like, I didn't understand the hype behind it.
I fucking loved the first one. Just play brick and just punch everything.
The first one was good. I didn't really like the second one after, saying, "Oh, it's more of the first one, but better." It's like,
But I didn't find the first one that great either. To be honest,
I played a lot of
really
Zero.
dull to me.
I never actually finished it though, just because I got bored halfway through.
I played the hell out of it.
I loved Borderlands 2, and I think probably one of the best things about it for me is because when I went and back and played Borderlands 2, I had the complete edition, of course. So what I did is I went and I did the DLC, and in Tiny Tina's DLC, if you did not know, there is actually a Dark Souls themed quest.
Yeah, I think I heard about that reference. Because I know
it's like this weird guy who's like sitting by a bonfire, and it's what is it? He's talking about how he has to go and collect these souls, and you have to go and kill skeletons to get them. And then when you get back to him, you just get the little message pop up, invaded by like MLG Pro, and it's just a red phantom with a sword.
And it was, well, what is it?
Yeah, and then you have to go and then I just go and punch him. It's fucking great.
Fair enough. I didn't know that one was in it.
Oh yeah, there's also a bonfire with a crestfallen ghost.
Solitaire.
Huh?
It's bonfire, and there's a guy called Solitaire sitting next to it.
Yep, and he looks like the crestfallen warrior.
And he giggles.
Yeah, he just giggles maniacally. That's all he does.
I just imagine trying to.
That was another thing that they also added. There is a gun grinder in the pre-sequel. Hey, let's take all all those trash guns you picked up, throw it into the grinder, and then it will pop out a new weapon that is likely better than all three of them.
Laser shotgun.
Laser shotguns.
I like that Borderlands 2 is, Borderlands in general. It's Saints Row. It's at levels of ridiculousness with just fucking guns and loot and just weird fucking shit for no fucking reason.
Also, it also has stairs.
Explosions.
It has stairs, and we all know what happens with stairs.
What?
Anyone who's played Borderlands 2 would get the claptrap joke.
Yeah, I get it. It's Claptrap, he can't do part of the final mission.
My one weakness: stairs. I'm
actually the only thing I'm sad about so far, which I've looked at, is that you can play Claptrap. I don't like that.
He actually has a really interesting special ability.
I know so many people, but I know people are happy about it, but I do not fucking like the fact that you can play Claptrap.
RNG.
Well, it's supposed to be the same Claptrap from Borderlands 2. That's who you're playing as.
Yeah. I love Claptrap as a character. I just do not like the fact that you can play as him.
Yeah, it's interesting at least. His special ability is the fact that his ability called Claptrap.exe allows him to change into other things to fit the situation. Like, hey, guess what? I'm now a Claptrap pirate ship. I'm now the Gunzerker.
Very interesting. I'll be playing when I get it eventually.
He can also wear a wizard hat.
I'll definitely be playing Wilhelm.
Yeah, he becomes one of his abilities. He becomes a rogue. There's one where he becomes a mage. Like, and when he changes, his outfit changes. So he actually wears like a giant wizard hat.
That's pretty cool.
It's also in the it's also in the trailer, and it's absolutely amazing.
I think I'll definitely probably be playing Wilhelm though, simply because he's the gigantic fucking like bruiser, and I always play that guy. It's why when I played the game of the year, I played the Psycho.
He can also become the Psycho.
Really?
Yep, he gets the big old knife and starts cackling maniacally and runs at things.
I just loved the psycho of 500% increased melee damage, chance to hit yourself in the head with every attack.
The one thing that the Claptrap can do, though, with that special ability, it can sometimes glitch and make every single character, every single party member bounce uncontrollably.
So he will be the psycho all over again. It's this really lovely character which everyone enjoys, but if you want to fucking solo raid shit, you ain't got a chance. Because, you know, the only viable build is this specific build which gives you the chance of this horrible RNG fucking you over.
Yeah, very much.
But yeah, it's supposed to release in 2 weeks. There's going to be a bunch of new stuff. Huge game, bunch of new characters. Should be just a blast for everyone.
I might get it and I might play it on stream early, but it would have to be a type of thing of like have a big donation to fucking buy it, because I don't really have game money at the moment.
Yeah, it would at the same time, it would also need to be a definitely a game that you want to play with people. Borderlands is not really a game you play solo.
What is it? Let's see. With the pre-sequel, as I haven't really been paying a lot of information to it, is it the same sort of like style of questing as the original 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically Borderlands 2. It's it's going to play the exact same way.
That's fine. It's just I wouldn't have liked it if they sort of changed it up too much, because I really do like just how stupid Borderlands was, and the fact is you did just go through and do story missions, and then you could go back and you could do all these optional missions. That's one thing I don't like about a lot of these sort of free roamy-ish games, is when it's just like, okay, you have to do these missions, or you have to do this, you have to do that. I'm just glad it's normal. Did that really say the Abyss gazes into you?
Yes, it does.
Oh my fucking god.
You have to watch it, because the entire thing is voiced by Wilhelm and Torque. I'm sorry, Hammerlock and Torque.
Oh,
so
god.
everything that comes on screen, imagine those are now in Torque's voice.
I loved the fucking Torque DLC.
There's actually, the Torque's DLC in Borderlands 2 was amazing. But yeah, it's Torque. It's friggin' Torque. There's also new vehicles, which are also customizable in this. There's a hover jet.
That's pretty neat.
Yes. I mean, there's a hover jet. There's a new type of catch a ride type deal. It's not the same thing, but kinda.
Catch a ride.
I mean, it's on the moon this time, so there will be LAN for the console versions, not for the PC, but there will be at least some LAN split screen.
That's pretty neat. I'm glad to see that sort of stuff.
Badass ranks from Borderlands 2 will actually have a reason. Also, memes. There will be memes. I had to do that because it just came up in the trailer. You'll see. Because reasons. Also, there's a crime doge in it.
Aw, shit.
But yeah, your badass ranks, which you gain in Borderlands 2, they will have a point to them. They will actually have a point this time, and you can display them kind of like in achievements. Yeah, right now it's coming October 14th. It's a good time. It will be fun.
That fucking part of the trailer. Oh my god.
Such memes, such wow.
Oh god.
Many regret.
Apparently, that's an actual billboard that is in the game.
Oh my god. This is why games like Borderlands and Saints Row will always win my heart.
Because they're ridiculous and hilarious, right?
Oh yeah, I love a good story as much as anyone else, but you give me a game where I can just go ape shit with a scoped shotgun and I will love you.
Scope shot.
I mean, I can't. What is it? The calling card or whatever it was, the shotgun from Borderlands 1, which whenever Borderlands 2, sorry, wherever you shot it, ordered in a fucking orbital strike, essentially. If you just saw bullets from each side of the fucking screen just traverse on the enemy.
I just liked having a shotgun with a with a scope on it. Yeah, And then I would pretend to be a Skeeter. Like every time, my scope has my shotgun has a scope on it. Come get you. Just the entire time, and it was great. Didn't even care. Yeah, I know.
Universal remote in Destiny.
Yeah.
Shotgun scope.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, it's the DMR shotgun. Conference call, that was it. Oh my god, that fucking gun was amazing. I got a really lucky drop off the last boss, and that was it.
But alright. Apparently Soviet didn't like that. Aw, dang. Apparently chat didn't like my Skeeter.
Yeah, don't ever do that again. Please.
I'll do what I want, nerds.
I will kill you.
No, you won't.
I will stab you in your suit.
But anyway, that is actually going to be Stream Talk for today. So real quick, for our wonderful hosts, where can they find you, and where can they find you to view more? Moogleh.
My Twitch and my Twitter. My Twitch and my Twitter.
Sure. This is where you generally say them.
Yeah, exactly. Go on, you can do it, Moogleh. We're cheering for you.
I'm so tired, shut up!
Fine, I'll do it first so you know what the heck you're doing, nerd.
Good.
As always, you'll be able to view me on my personal channel here at twitch.tv/agentsnow, Monday through Friday, going about around 5 to 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we play Dark Souls 2 Buildcraft, where the community will vote on a build for me to build from whatever starting soul level to a maximum. You can vote on that. Fridays we do chill streams and just play whatever the stream likes, or just something I want to play that day. Something a little out of the ordinary. Every Saturday we're going to be continuing the Stream Talk. You can also catch me on Twitter at twitter.com/AronsArrow, as well as on YouTube.
Goodbye.
Moogleh. Wow!
Do I have to fucking do it for you?
What? I said Koopa. I was waiting for you guys to do your stuff. Do it. Do it.
Okay, I'll fucking go next. God fucking damn it.
Shameless self-promotion!
I can't do it.
I stream, was it? Twitch.tv/CrimeTarget and Twitter at CrimeTarget for me. I stream Dark Souls Monday to Saturday, usually starting at 11 a.m. GMT, with usually a second stream later on in the day, which is more of a chill stream, which is a game of my choosing, usually being an indie game or a new release or etc., Destiny, Shovel Knight, any of that stuff. I do not have a YouTube, but that's about it for me.
Alright, I guess I'll do it. Well, I'm Wingring, and both my Twitter and Twitch account I put it under the same name, one word. Basically, I just do Dark Souls 2, Team Fortress 2, or whatever I feel like. Though right now my sort of schedule is all over the place because I just moved back to university. But following my Twitter will be the best place to know if I'm actually going live at all and what I'm playing. So there you go.
Okay,
you're gonna do it now?
I'll do mine now, Kupo. My Twitter at Moogleh Kupo. It's the same thing. And Moogleh at twitch.tv/Moogleh. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you as always for coming out and spending time here at Stream Talk. If you want to view it again, it will be most likely put on YouTube. But until next week, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, or morning, depending on where you are. And we will catch you again next time.